Like a mama, you birthed me. Brooklyn, you nursed me. School me with hard knocks. Better than Berkeley. They said you
All right, welcome everyone. Believe it or not, we are here to bring you the day's action. I'm Dave Tyberski here in the booth, and just pulling out, using all my octopus arms with all this equipment here, and just troubleshooting and getting everything up and running to bring you guys an amazing day of freestyle. So hopefully you guys are ready for an intense day of our single eliminations, as unfortunately we've already gotten through a few heats, a couple meltdowns to deal with here this morning. But let me just recap what we've covered so far in the day. And that first heat that we did was Hooter and Evandro da Silva, with Evandro da Silva advancing, and we had Bobrick and Schitzhofer, team manager versus team rider, up against each other for best kiteboarding, and Schitzhofer taking the bacon home on that heat. He'll be moving on. And then third heat that we just finished right now before we came in was Borisov and Korniel, and all things are pointing right now to Mr. Borisov. Sergei Borisov from the Russian Federation is going to be moving on. So anyways, just want to say hello and welcome. It's been quite an event so far. This is the first beginning of our freestyle single elimination. We've got just a minute until the start of our next heat, so let's take a look at who's coming up. We've got these guys right here. Mr. Surel, Nico Surel from the Dominican Republic, 17 years old, riding for Liquid Force Mob Kiteware. And he is going up against Mr. Gerashenko. This is Artem Gerashenko right there. He is from Russia and is 18 years old. So these guys are who's coming up on the water in just 30 quick seconds. So sit back, relax, and get ready to lock into some freestyle action. I'm Dave Tyberski here from the Fuerteventura PKRA World Cup. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back with Nico Surel and Artem Gerashenko. Right at the buzzer, this is the start of our heat number 4. Gerashenko and Nico Surel. Beautiful day shaping up here in Fuerteventura. It is approximately 11:30 local time. And it is quite a beautiful morning. We've got guys on 9, 10-meter kites right now. And it looks like we've got fairly consistent wind, for Fuerteventura. Anyways, it's not super gusty, but it is a bit light on the inside. We've seen some holes coming through the course that are making it pretty challenging for some of these riders. It's really going to come down to timing the gust and coming into the competition area when you see a nice pulse of wind coming in here. So definitely reading the wind conditions are going to play a factor in a part in our day's competition. So Nico Surel looking a little underpowered as he kind of pumps coming in, trying to make his way to the gust. Like air back to blind from him. Let's see what Mr. Gerashenko has coming in on his north kite. Front blind from Gerashenko. A little bouncy on the landing, nothing too stellar, but behind the camera, of course, we've got Mr. Forrest Backer. Say good morning, Forrest. How's it going, buddy?
Good morning, everyone. We're here in Sotavento. Wind is really gusty, but looks like the riders are able to try out some action. And here we got a Gerashenko. Pretty well. You could go out with a 9 or with a 7 or 13. There's always a moment you'd be pretty much perfect on your kite. So it all comes down to what kind of kite size you prefer. And we saw Borisov going out on the 11 before because he was aiming on going when the gusts were going down. So other riders prefer to catch the gusts. It depends also on the style.
Yeah, it really does. So you can take a bigger kite and maybe have a little too much at times.
Nice KGB.
That's the KGB he was looking for last time, but a little butt check on the landing. About 4 minutes here remaining, a little over. So just getting started for the day. It's been quite a day or a week of wind. We've been here for about 5 days. We had the slalom event. Hopefully you guys caught some of that. Pretty impressive racing we saw. A nice
NIS,
I think, yeah, from Nico on the way out. So
yeah. I must say these conditions are very challenging. Like any trick here scores pretty much more than any other spot in the world.
Yeah, it's
definitely
hard to execute some of the tricks that most of these guys have on lockdown. We saw a nice 313 out back from Gerashenko there. But yeah, definitely the conditions here really make it a challenge to do some of these more technical tricks that we're used to seeing. So it'll be interesting to see how things progress throughout the single elimination here. Some of these guys are definitely falling back on some of their safety tricks, but we don't have the extreme strong winds that we've seen earlier in the week for some of our slalom. But today's the lightest wind forecast for the competition period, and we are looking for some pretty insane mental classic Fuerte winds coming up here, I think beginning tomorrow.
Yeah, for the doubles it looks really, really strong. We're going to get around 40 knots maybe in the gust, so it's going to be kind of fighting like in Lucat. but there's always some interesting action. We just hope there's no other riders that get injured, because Karolina Winkowska actually is not going to compete in this one. You heard about that, Dave?
I did, yeah. We saw her taking a pretty good fall in one of her slalom races, so she is out effectively for this competition. So although she's registered, she's not going to compete. But I think she's got she's definitely got a great standing, and she's got a couple discards.
Yeah, I don't think it will be a big problem for her. Just we got still Yurizun, Bruna, Karolina are out for the moment. It's a big a lot of very, very talented riders and
who are out. Yeah, unfortunately. So a minute 50 remaining here in this heat with Nico Surel and Gerashenko. If you're just joining us, we're here in Fuerteventura, beautiful Canary Islands, here for the PKRA World Cup. On the water right now is Nico Surel and Artem Gerashenko, Dominican Republic versus Russia. There's that back mob from Gerashenko, but as you can tell here, the execution isn't that great on some of these tricks. The conditions just really are make it very challenging. I think right now the biggest issue is just the wind is quite gusty and holy, and that is oftentimes the case when you have these offshore winds. A blind attempt from Nico going down.
Yeah, as you can see, I've been out yesterday and I can tell I live in Tarifa. We got the Levante winds there. They're pretty gusty, but I really never have seen something like this actually.
Yeah, I guess I've been here 8 or 9 years now, and
it's a classic event. It
is a classic event. You know,
it's nice. NIS5
kite straight over his head though. So I think some of these guys are going to opt for this safety of keeping their kite at lunch, basically, just to get some tricks landed. Both these guys have really been struggling, so not a bad tactic, I guess. Not really what the judges want to see, but at this point in the game, if you don't have a ton of tricks landed, then you really need to get some. Let's take a look at some of these scores right now.
Looks like Surel is probably going to advance this one. Maybe not, because Surel's kite is down in the water still.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the end of that heat. Right now, it looks like we got Nico Surel with a 18.19 and a Gerashenko with a 23.04. Everything's pretty much in, so I don't think it's going to make a whole lot of difference. So we're going to see Mr. Gerashenko moving on. Unfortunately for Nico, he's going to have to wait until the doubles. So we will hopefully see him coming back up. But coming up next, let's see, who do we have? We've got Spiesberger versus Umpieri. So we've got Mr. Stefan Spiesberger from Austria versus Umpieri from Uruguay. So glad you guys are with us. There's plenty of more. That's 8, 12 plus 16. So we've got a good 22 heats or so, plus all the women. I'm just looking at the men's ladder here. So we've got about 30 plus heats coming your way today. So plan accordingly, and don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more here from the Fuerteventura World Cup. All right, so coming up, as I mentioned, we've got Spiesberger and Umpiere. Let's take a look at these guys. Stefan Spiesberger from Austria, 23 years old, and running for North Ion GoPro, Energy AG, Otto Wiener, and Kia. Otto Wiener, I know you guys might be chuckling, but Otto Wiener is a auto dealer somewhere in Austria. We'll come back to Oliver Umpiere because we didn't get to show him too long there. I wanted to cut to the action as these guys are on right now. Looks like a 315. Was that from Spiesberger?
Yeah, that was a 315. They were cut a little bit high, but in these conditions, like we said before, it's pretty challenging to keep your cut low. I think the judges also like to see really clean landings here, because that's also where you get a lot of difficulty. And yeah, if you can manage to get your landing clean, get some power, some decent moves, then I think you are able to advance to the next round.
Pierre struggling with that. I think he was going for
NIS probably
an NIS, but not really making it. But just a minute into this heat number 5 of the day. So thanks everyone for joining us right now. We've got winds out on the gusty winds.
Ooh.
Whoa.
We see that's typical what happens here with this kind of wind. You just do your trick and just
all of a sudden there's nothing.
Yeah, you just stop. And it's really frustrating. You come in with speed, you know that if the wind would be good, you would be able to land it perfectly, but then it all depends on the gust and how the wind is. So it makes it super challenging.
That is the truth. This Rufus, Mr. Spiesberger, we've seen him do all these tricks plenty of times. Was that the S-Mob or NIS?
That was an NIS, was an indie grab.
Alright.
Judges are going to like that, I think.
So coming in from Uruguay right now on his liquid force kite is Oliver Umpiere, making it into the main event after yesterday's battle in the trials with a nice
blind judge 3.
But going down, yeah, this inside is really wreaking havoc on these guys with their ability to ride away clean and execute the tricks. Oh. Okay, our guys are coming back into the area. Big rally from Umpiere. He looked like he had some juice on that one, but kind of that's really one of the challenges here is it's just on and off. Like all of a sudden you're lit out of your mind, and then the next second you're just trying to stay on a plane. So it's really kind of a tough proving grounds for these guys, but they are the best in the world. And this is where we filter out the guys who can perform in these challenging conditions, and those are the ones who are going to be moving on. Some of it is luck for sure, but some of it's training and just, they're all talented riders here, but there's definitely some people who actually seem to somewhat excel or not have as big of a problem in these conditions. We've seen the Brazilians kind of ripping basically for these challenging conditions, and nice back to blind from Umpiere. I'll get you back in here for us. Sorry, buddy. So you did compete in the trials yesterday, Forrest. How were the wind conditions? I know you had some really tough heats, but how was the wind?
Well, like we said before, the wind here is probably the most challenging. For me, normally it must be easier because I come from Tarifa and we're able to train with a wind called Levante. It's also like, sorry, but that was a nice Mob 5 from Spiesberger. Judges are gonna like that. So yeah, the wind is really, really gusty here. It's even more than Levante. it's just different, you know. In Tarifa you get gusty wind, but here you just get wind holes. So you can be riding on a 30 knots of wind and then suddenly like go down to like 15 knots. So it's just, you never know really what kite to take. It's always a risk. In the end, like I said before, these riders are the best in the world, so
Yeah.
they must be able to land
Ooh,
all their tricks in all conditions. Almost doubles went to blind.
Umpieri needed that. He's got a pretty big deficit here going into this one with 2 minutes remaining. 24.51 right now for Spiesberger versus Umpieri, only sitting with a very small number right now, 6.4. Lots of crashes, unfortunately for him, but those are not, most of those are all approved, so not a whole lot on the board right now for Oliver, unfortunately. Spiesberger's definitely definitely more seasoned competitor. Was that just a S-bend?
Yeah, he was going probably for
3-1-3, yeah. He was going for a double S or
he was going for an
blinds.
IS. He didn't. I think.
Really?
Did he stick? I think he just.
He did a 3-1-3 right after he landed there.
Yeah, he did one. Yeah. Sorry, I missed that. There goes the same trick for Spiesberger. It all comes down to the pop in the end with all tricks. You just need to have very safe takeoff, and the takeoff is actually what makes most of the trick. Depending on your height, your speed, your body rotation in the beginning. Everyone has his different style too, but if you don't have a good takeoff, then just forget about the trick because it's not going to work out.
That's right. So 27 seconds remaining here in this heat number 5. Spiesberger versus Umpier. 24 points for Stefan to 6 points for Umpier. He hasn't really managed to get a whole lot on the board, just a lot of crashes, unfortunately. Really challenging conditions here in this heat. And that is going to wrap up this heat as red flag is up, and it's going to do it for that one. So that's going to be Mr. Spiesberger advancing over Umpieri for that one. 1 and 2. So pretty amazing day shaping up. We've got the beach crowded with all sorts of people from all around the world, tourists, kiters, vacationers. It looks like Alex Pastor right there wearing his Capitan shirt from Parafina. That's the company of one of our former judges, Carlos Saez, great guy. He's got a cool company called Parafina.com, I think is the website. So just throw a little prop to him. But Alex Pastor getting ready as his heat's coming up in, let's see, he's got a YS.
He's got a while, yeah. He's in the last...
He's last heat of the second round, so he does have a bit of time. But as any pro will be doing, they will be prepping their gear and getting ready because it's a good idea to just be on top of your game. So coming up, this is going to be a good one. We got 2 Brazilians, Madson and Netto, on the way. Let's take a look at these guys. How much time do we've got? We've got minute 30, so let's throw to a quick break, and we'll come back, show the profiles, and talk a little bit about those guys. Stick around. Okay, we are back. Getting ready for the battle of the Brazilians, Madson versus Netto. You know these guys. Carlos Madson, this guy's been ripping. Super impressive rider. Definitely making short work of these challenging conditions here. And he is coming up against Alexandre Netto, also from Brazil. 19 years old, riding for Best, Underwave, bad boy. And home spot, Cauipe.
Yeah.
So a lot of people I'm sure familiar with the lagoon at Kauipe, right there at Cambuco. So if you haven't been there, that's a pretty amazing spot. North of Brazil in the state of Ceará. But I'm pretty sure most of you guys listening are those hardcore kiteboarders that pretty much probably have been there numerous times and probably have been to all these spots numerous times. And if not, it's okay, because this heat's underway. We're bringing you to Fuerteventura here virtually. Hope you guys are enjoying it. The water's warm, the wind is strong, and the action is unfolding as we look at Mr. Madson starting off the heat with a solid blind judge 3. Pretty much one of the better executed ones that I've seen throughout the day, but Netto answers straight back with a double S3.
Yeah.
Or a single S3.
A single S3, sorry, yeah. But Netto is a really impressive rider, actually. He passed against me in the trials. It was pretty challenging, and I wasn't really lucky with my draw either. But Netto is a really impressive rider, and it's impressive to see that how coming from a very perfect location like that here in East Gusty's wing, he's able to perform as good. So we got Madson too. He's also a Brazilian ripper. These guys pretty much before kiteboarding, they've never been outside of their hometown, so kiteboarding has permitted them to travel the world, see different places, different cultures.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome getting to see these guys kind of just come into their own and, definitely be exposed to, amazing places and people for the first time in their lives outside of their hometown in Brazil. That right now we've got a 10.54 for Carlos Madson up against a 6.47, actually just coming in 13.24 for Alexander Netto. So two tricks for each of these guys right now. Netto in the lead.
Nice
Netto
KGB.
really riding consistent. It looks like the wind's being a little more consistent for them. They're staying a little bit further down in the box than some of our
front mob.
Sick front mob from Mr. Madson.
I'm really impressed to see how these riders are putting it off in these conditions. Actually, it's really, really, really challenging. Yeah,
for me, watching just the free ride sessions that I've managed to catch, which haven't been a ton, but definitely these three guys really. Udazio has been riding well. Carlos Netto, Alex Pastor are some of the standouts that I've seen making these conditions look good.
Well, before coming here, I heard that Speb was actually.
Speb, I heard, was really ripping as well.
But yeah, like I said in the trials, you never know. Huh?
Yep.
We get some heats in the trials that are actually more difficult than in the main event. It just depends on the draw you're in, and some heats are pretty impressive. Like I saw Patrick Blanc against Netto and stuff in the trials the other day, and it was really, really an impressive heat, seeing some double S-bit pass threes and stuff. And yeah, it's about getting up there, and then in the main event you get more difficult heats. So I just want to say that the trials are pretty difficult too, and it's just for the people who are not able to see it on the live stream. Maybe next time or next year we'll be able to stream it for all of you.
Yeah, Netto going down hard. So about 3 minutes 20 remaining in this heat. Madson kite pretty locked and loaded on that last trick.
Yeah, it was KGB.
That was KGB from Madson.
He's got a pretty unique style with his KGBs, actually.
He does slow rotations at the beginning, and then usually the last 180 or 360, he just rips it around really quickly.
He just totally puts his head down in his tricks.
Oh, he missed his bar on that one, but
low mob?
I think so, but he missed the bar.
Sorry, I missed it.
So Forrest is actually filming as he's commentating. The man is multi-talented, also a great kiter and a talented videographer. So Forrest Backer, sorry to admit, buddy, that you didn't make it through the trials yesterday, but I mean, as you mentioned, and everyone knows, some of those heats are just stacked. and are just as challenging as some of these main event heats. So about a year, 2 years ago, we went from 32 guys?
34.
34 guys
Yeah.
to 24. So we used to have a bigger ladder, and past while since we went to the electronic scoring system, we've gone to 24 guys, which makes the trials very difficult.
Many good talented riders like Speb, the Garrett brothers, also Jono, Scholte. We had other really talented riders that didn't make it into the main event. And it's a challenge, but still competition. It makes the riders have to train harder, but it's really difficult. If once you get in the top 8, you're pretty much there, then you got it secured. But the way to get there is the most difficult pass.
So tricks still coming in from both of these guys.
Netto's ripping it. He's
definitely ripping right now. Carlos Madson right now with a 29.37. Still has a trick or two to come in. Waiting on that last trick from Netto to come in. Right now it looks like Madson has a slight advantage, but there's still 2 tricks from Netto yet to come in. So it is still too early to say who's going to be taking home the gold. And this one, is that Madson? Look how lit he is on the outside. His kite was super high, just trying to keep this. Whoa!
Was it from off the blind?
I think it was.
The first double.
First double
in the competition. I'm really
you can hear the crowd just cheering. We're actually pretty removed from the crowd, so you don't get a lot of the sounds of the beach announcer or the tunes. So hopefully got some tunes going over this soundtrack for you guys, and hopefully the commentary is Netto going down is good enough that you guys aren't missing any of that. So that's going to do it for that heat with Carlos Madson and Alexander Netto. Who's your call on that one for us? There's still...
Well, it's going to be really close.
Actually...
He did a from off the blind, but it wasn't the cleanest one in the landing.
No. Pretty good scores on it, though. I've got the results right now. That front mob to blind, that front mob 5, 7.75, 7.1, 7.8, and 7.4. So the judges really like that. He had, was that a chromo that he
did a chromo, yeah.
Yeah, so he got really decent scores for that. 6.8, 6.8, 6.7. So that is going to put him over the top, and he will be advancing over Carlos Madson. So Alexander Netto, 34.27, advancing over Carlos Madson with a 29.37. So impressive heat from all those guys. We've got some beach shots for you guys at home, trying to take you to where we are here in beautiful Fuerteventura. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream, and we'll be back with our next heat with Rondina and Hadow. No strangers. Stick around. Okay, we are back. So coming up, Rondina and Hadow. Let's check out these guys, both very well-known riders. Aaron's third event of the year so far with us from Worthing, UK, former world champion, multi times over. And he's going up against Alberto Rondina. We've got 20 seconds for the start of this heat with Rondina and Hadow. And it is going to be a good one. Let's see if we can find these guys out on the water. As we've got just 3 seconds till the start of this heat. Hadow versus Rondina. Alberto, we've seen him deal with some injuries early on, didn't do too well in Italy, but we did see him with some nice results and some nice heats in Germany just a short week and a half or so ago. And here he comes in, setting up for the first trick is Aaron Hadow with a nice blind judge 3. And Albie with a front blind to crash. And it looked like Aaron was going to go for a front blind, but bailed and just turned it into a front flip. All right, we got you back in, Forrest.
So all these tricks, when they're going to go for a trick but they don't actually do it, it's called an attempt, and you got 12 of them. And only the 5 best tricks are going to count in the end of this heat. So it's better to go for a trick and try to land it, otherwise you're going to use all your attempts. But in these kind of conditions, it's actually difficult to go for 12 tricks. So in the end, it's good to get a good amount of tricks down, and then let the judges decide which ones are going to be the 5 best, and that's the one who's going to bring the bacon, as you say.
That's right. My Americanism, bringing home the bacon. But Rondina looks to be little just, waiting for the right power situation. Doesn't seem to be super powered, but, he's got a really good ability to. So does Aaron. They really know how to just kind of go and be relaxed until they find like the right speed and the right wind setup, and then do their tricks.
Nice.
Aaron is great at kind of forcing tricks, but they don't look forced.
That's Aaron's style. He's famous for it. And then both of them, as you said, they're really, really experienced riders. They've been on the tour for ages, and they're real pioneers of the sport. So there we get an idea of how they can control these gusts after so many years coming here to Fuerte. In the end, you must get used to it, but still it's pretty challenging.
Yeah, Aaron is coming back on his 3rd heat. I know that he wants to win. So
what is that boat coming in? You see it there?
Yeah, they're on attack right towards our course.
Right, I'm gonna try after this trick to get a glimpse.
There's Albie.
This is 313. Yeah. Look there. There's the boat.
There's our course.
Sending away by the jet ski.
I think they knew they were coming in. Oh, and a toe side trick from front
Aaron.
side chromo, but kite very high. But definitely the judges want to see those tricks. It's a technical trick, and it was landed cleanly. Was definitely kite wasn't in the best position, and it's the sponsor boat going through the event course, but they do have it's probably I don't know, the sponsors. At least Fuerteventura is on the mainsail there. It looks like a double-masted sailboat. Pretty nice looking boat.
They're watching the. It would be good that if we'll be able to live stream from a boat one day. Maybe some.
I don't know. It depends. Depends on where you are. Yeah, when we do our next wave stop at Chupo. Ooh.
What? There's going to be a wave stop at Chupo?
You are the most gullible person I know, Forrest Baker. Yes, that's the next PKRA stop. The next wave stop.
Chupo kiteboarding. Actually,
Chupo.
it's not going to. It's
We're
just
going to
use it a kicker.
Freestyle in there. Yeah, there you go.
Use it like an.
We did have that. If any of you guys have been following the tour long enough, I don't even know how long ago it was now. Maybe 2009, 2010. We've had 2 tour stops in Chile. Really nice left-hand wave.
2009, yeah. 2008, 2009. I remember.
It was great wave conditions, and we Oh, another toe side trick. Not just toe side front roll. Anyways, we did the freestyle right in the inside of this amazing, beautiful point wave. Oh, what was that? It was a toe side front roll to
That's
wrap.
a Tootsie Roll. It's
Tootsie
called
roll.
Tootsie Roll. So this is our
Is that
Mope 5, but it was crashed.
2 minutes remaining? Give you some scores right now. I've got a connection, a main line. Just mainlining to our head judges' computer right now. So we've got Aaron Hadow with a pretty strong lead right now, 27.8 for Aaron, 15.11 for Rondina. So Aaron Hadow clearly in control of this heat. See what the judges are giving him for some of those toe side tricks. Pretty low. That chromo was super low, scoring 3.8, 3.5. So not really rewarding it due to the angle of the kite. Double S1.
And boom! That's a Hadow move.
Stomping it. That was nice.
It's a double Wilbur to blind, because I don't know if you could see it in the live stream, but
He let go.
he lets go one of his hands. And
He's got a great style on that.
Yeah.
I like that.
makes it way more fluid, the rotation. And there we're going to have a toe side 3 from our Rondina, the Italian rider.
I'll be Rondina. I'll be back, is what he says.
Yeah, and I'll be actually got a wild card here. That's why it was a long story, but one of the riders in the trials one of the wild card riders got injured, no font, so he's also not able to compete here, as other many riders talented riders that have been injured. And so I'll be nice front blind mode from Aaron.
Oh, I'll be putting his kite down.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why Albie was lucky enough to get a wild card, but he deserves it. He's been injured last year, and he's making his way up now into the PKRA. Yeah.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for that heat. That was Aaron Hadow advancing over Alberto Rondina. I did get a chance to catch up with Aaron, I guess a day or two ago in the what do they call it, the gear shed or the riders area, and yeah, it was good to hear from him. Let's take a look at that, hear what he had to say.
Alright, so this is my third stop this year for me. Did pretty good in Le Cat in these sort of conditions, real strong winds. Pretty proud on a 7, but actually riding in the warm-up, it's been pretty surprising how harsh the conditions really are. It's been difficult to land in it, well, any tricks whatsoever, let alone your whole repertoire. So it's going to be a tough event, but I'm looking pretty forward to it. I think when the time comes and you're in the box, you've got all the space out there, you'll be able to find your spot to throw some moves. So it's going to be a tough one, but it's going to be fun.
Well, clearly he was able to find his spot in the box in that heat, so we'll definitely look forward to seeing him as he marches up the ladder. And as we move on, let's see. Cloyton's one of our youngest riders. He was actually competing at the juniors in Costa Brava a few events ago.
From Tarifa,
yeah.
One of my buddies.
All right, let's find.
Is he coming up now?
Yeah, he's coming up right now with Patrick. So we've got two Spaniards.
Yeah, two best friends also on the water now. It's going to be exciting.
All right, so that's Patrick Blanc from Spain, 17 years old, riding for Brunati, Ozone, and Underwave. He's coming up against Jerome Cloyton's a Belgian rider, but living in Tarifa, no?
In Tarifa, in Spain, in the south.
Riding for North Wetwater Sports and Ion. So two best friends going head-to-head in a matter of minutes, actually a matter of seconds, about 45 seconds. So we'll be right back with more from Fuerteventura with Jerome Cloytons and Patrick Blanc. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so we're back. That's going to be the start of this heat with Patrick Blanc and Jerome Cloitens, both good friends, riding together in Tarifa. And that is Patrick Blanc opening it up with a nice solid blind judge 3.
And another blind judge 3 for Jerome Cloitens. Nice. I think this one was nicer landed than Patrick's one, actually. Patrick did a little butt check on the end of it, but still it's the beginning of the heat, and there's a lot more to come from these riders. Uh, 3-1-3 from Patrick Blanc, and Jerome didn't really get a good takeoff, so didn't manage to land that trick. But little gust hitting. I don't know if you can see on the live stream, but you can see the holes of wind around here. It's really, really challenging for all the riders. When you're riding, actually, you just follow the gust and you try to take off in the right moment. And a front mob. It looked like he wanted to go to blind, no? It's pretty much. Nice. Patrick Blanc, a really talented rider, riding for Ozone, and Brunotti coming in with speed and throwing a nice front mob, a little bit dangly. As I said before, the wind conditions can be very challenging here, and the wind can shift from time to time, not being able to land the trick as you planned to land it, but still these riders are trying the best they can. And a nice S3 from Jerome Cloitens, the Belgium rider. Not sure if he's actually riding for Spain or Belgium. I guess for Belgium. But he definitely lives in Tarifa, and he's used of these conditions. We get Levante in Tarifa, that's pretty much the same as here, just that I would say this is a little bit more gusty. I think Jerome is riding his 9 meter, pretty solid out there. Wind is pumping out there in the outside, and he's going for a 3-1-3. Nice landed, better than the one of Patrick. We're just gonna wait for Taibo to get back and give you some scores while he's troubleshooting. Patrick coming on with speed. Didn't quite get his takeoff. He's gonna go for another try. Aspen pass 3, nice one. He's on the rider side of the buoy, and we got Carolina joining at the boost now.
All right, sorry to leave you there alone, Forrest. You're holding down the fort. Appreciate that. We've got 2 minutes 45 remaining here in this heat with Blanc and Cloitens.
And a nice front to blind from Cloitens, just not getting that landing as he planned, but I think the judges still are going to score that because the conditions here are really challenging, and anything that he can land is good. So
just keep you guys updated on some of these scores. We got a 24.02 for Patrick Blanc right now. Jerome Cloitens coming in with a 15.37. So clearly Mr. Blanc leading this one at the moment anyways.
Yep. both of these riders are riding really good. They're all young. They're around 18, 17 years old. I think Jerome is actually 16.
Is he really? Yeah, he was in the juniors, so he competed. He was actually one of the
junior world champion
tied world champion with Noy, right?
Yeah, with Noy Font. And actually, Noy Font also got a wild card for this event because he's junior world champion. But unfortunately, he got his knee injured also, as many other riders. And I can see Carolina around there.
Yeah, we're going to have...
I will pass on the mic to Carolina after this heat.
Move on to the ladies after this heat. And we're going to have one of our current world champion who's on the injured reserve list.
Oh,
helping us commentate.
Missed that KGB from Jerome. I'm really sorry. It's difficult with 2 riders to follow all of them. But still got that double as meant to blind from Patrick, not getting that landing. Little butt check. I don't know if the judges are going to score that. .30 remaining for this heat. We're coming down to the last minute. Jerome getting a front to blind, but I think he already done one before. So the best one is going to count. And Patrick with a blind just to blind, but didn't really get that landing. Pretty impressive trick and attempt. Like coming down to the last minute, it's probably what you want to try. Your most difficult, most radical, most powerful trick you can do. Just going for it, and it's the end of this heat. I'm not sure what the scores are, but in my eyes, well, actually, I'm not gonna say anything because maybe I'm not right. But you guys can say for yourself. Who do you think is the winner of this heat?
Do you want to know? I've got the answer.
All right. What's the answer, Dave?
All right, so it was a pretty close heat right there. Actually still waiting for a couple tricks. Right now I'm showing a 26.53 for Jerome to a 26.39. So
very close.
Couple tricks still out from Patrick. One might be counted as a crash. That could be the final answers, but we're still waiting for those to come in. So you guys are just going to have to stick around. We're going to be back here as we start off, I believe, our women's heats. So we've got a special guest here in the booth with us, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
In there.
In here. That's right, Carolina.
Hi.
How are you, Carolina? Let's bring a shot to the studio. How's it going, girl?
Well, it's not really great because I can't compete in this event.
Yeah, I know. You busted yourself up on the slalom course.
Yeah, I had a cat loop crash, pretty rookie maneuver, but I have a little pain in my knee and I don't really want to make it worse. And a
Yeah.
doctor told me I'll be fine in 5 days. So
And
I'd
y-
rather wait those days.
And
than-
you also have plenty of discards, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that
yeah,
right?
there are still like 4 events to go, so I'll have 2 discards. So I just rather take it easy than make it worse than it is.
Well, really sorry to hear that, but I'm actually pretty excited that you're going to be able to join me in the booth for some of these women's heats because it's on right now. Do you know who we have right now going up?
Yeah, there is Mari from France and Greta from Italy. I think she's the junior world champion. And
Greta is, that's right. She was there.
yeah, this year. And Mari is previous junior world champion, so it's going to be pretty close heat.
But, I mean, so how were you feeling in your free ride sessions before your accident in the slalom?
Well, I came here 1 week before to train, so I'm kind of disappointed I can't compete.
Yeah.
But this is really difficult spot, and I know like one mistake and I could like really badly injure this leg. So
what actually is it? Was there a sprain, or any kind of tearing, or is it just sore and
No.
bruised?
well, the doctor here on a PKRA side told me it's nothing serious. It's just meniscus a little bit like pinched. So
Mhm.
he said the pain should be gone in 5 days. So it's 2 already.
Yeah, well, you definitely want to follow the doctor's orders, and I don't think any of these ladies are that upset that they don't have to come up against you in this in this heat for sure. But we do have Menardo and Svitala on the course. Let's see if we've got some photos of these young ladies. I'm sure we do. That is Menardo. She is our current junior world champion, and she is up against Maria Svitala. Both these ladies out the back, and that is Maria Svitala from France, 19 years old, heading for F1 and Mystic. And that looks to be Marie coming in right there. Big back roll with a tail grab. But you see these ladies riding pretty conservatively. I mean, a lot of these, it's really kind of probably scary for a lot of these girls to unhook in conditions like these. Although this isn't too bad compared to what we may see in the doubles. But there's an unhooked kite loop rally from Menardo. So where do you think that's going to leave the women's fleet? I mean, right now, taking you out of the equation and Bruna is out of the equation here at this event. So we're definitely going to see someone in the podium that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, it's going to be a big battle between those girls.
So it's probably going to be Novotna, Paulina.
Yeah,
Annabelle for sure.
There are 2 Polish girls. They're pretty good this year. So
Yeah,
I hope to see them on the podium.
How are those girls? Are they from Poland, or are those the ones that actually live here on the island and train here?
One girl lives here, but she's definitely Polish. She's been living here for a few years only. And other Helena, she's also from Poland.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Hella.
Studying in Canada, but 100% Polish.
100%, but you wouldn't know it if you hung out with her. She's got a little Canadian in her already.
Yeah.
So we've got just under 3 minutes remaining here in our first women's heat of the day. On the water is Maria Svitalo and Greta Menardo. France versus Italy. And I think Menardo's like 15 or?
I think so. She's pretty young.
Pretty young competitor. And Svitala is what, 17, 18?
19.
19, okay. Definitely looking like Menardo's getting some points under her belt. Still a pretty low scoring heat so far for the women, but right now we've got Greta with a solid 3-point lead over Maria.
Yeah, it's really important for girls to actually do 5 different tricks.
Right.
So you get score for every trick. It's pretty difficult for girls to do like 5 different tricks from different groups.
Right.
But it's really important to do it so you get score for each 5.
So can you talk a little bit further for the people listening about the different groups and the families of tricks?
Yeah, basically you have 12 attempts in your heat, and the judge is gonna score 5 best tricks, but each of a trick has to be from different group family. That you can find in a rules book those families, and you should get familiar with them, so to not repeat them. And
only one
trick from each family, yes.
but it would be the best one from that
The
family.
best one, of course. You can repeat them, but only one's gonna score the one that's the best. And girls have a little bit problems with feeling those 5 tricks sometimes, and then sometimes the girl that actually doesn't ride that good, but she does 5 tricks, wins.
Greta with a rally to blind. That's gonna push her up. Still has yet to come in. But Greta Menardo leading this heat against Maria Svitala from France, our junior world champion, currently in the lead by about 4 points. Both these ladies seemingly staying out further away from the beach than we've seen the men. I think they're realizing that the wind is much more constant out there. And so they're doing their tricks further away from the beach here. But we've just got 15 seconds here right now with Maria Svitala really needing to pull something together. I don't know if she's going to have time. And I don't think that will be enough for her to move on. So that's going to be Greta Menardo from Italy, our current junior world champion, advancing over. Oh, and there's Hela and Tak embracing in a little kiss. Looks like Helena's getting ready to go out. And for her next heat, I think she's coming up soon. We've got Bonzom and Pahomachek.
Yeah, that's a girl from France, journalist for Stance, Clementine, and the other girl is from Russia. She was here also preparing with me before this event.
What is Pahomachek's first name? Christina.
Christina.
That's right, from Russia. And she is coming up against Bonzon, who is from France, who we've seen her at quite a few other events over the years. And she's probably the oldest female competitor. She's 29.
Is she?
Yeah. So from riding for North, from living in Montpellier. So these two ladies are coming up. So we've got Karolina Winkowska, member of our injured reserve list. The list is growing. We've got our tour manager down with like a neck and a shoulder injury, and then of course in Germany we had Yuri Zun going out and Bruna Kajia being out. So the list of injured is growing. So you got to get back. I think you're the one who we're going to see back in action sooner than the rest.
Yeah, that was actually my decision not to push it because we still have like four events to go, and I want to be there.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely look forward to seeing you. I guess the next event for you will be in China, huh?
Yes, in November. So 3 months.
You do have a fair amount of time to recover. So we'll definitely look forward to that. So in the meantime, we'll look forward to seeing our next women's heat, Bonzom and Pahomachek, coming up in just a minute. So stick around. There's more to come here from the PKRA. we are on right there. Our first trick of the ladies. Homacek, or that's Bonzone right there coming in on her purple and gray North Kite. Checking out what it's like next to the beach. I can tell her it's gusty and holy right now. Actually, as the wind is basically coming over our back. It's really offshore. Predominant wind direction is offshore here. Somewhat side, but quite offshore. A little bit side from the left as you're looking out to sea. And
Clementine did a rally in the back.
Clementine's got a rally. Looks like a rally from Christina as well. So right now it's pretty level, as I think we're going to need those bigger tricks to really be the heat deciders here in our women's heat. So we're looking for girls to, do some tricks to blind. We'll see. Pretty much all these girls have some tricks to blind, some of them with air passes. We'll see who's going to be able to pull them out here in these challenging conditions, as we're kind of seeing some stock moves here, just some safety tricks to get some points on the board. So have you spoken with Bruna at all, or gotten the full report on how her injury is? Do you think we're going to be able to see her back in China?
I don't know. I heard some gossips, but I can't tell because it's not very...
it's gossip. You probably got your information from Toby Bromwich too, which is we all know is unreliable.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
I hope she will be back this year.
Yeah,
she's such a good rider.
Yeah, it's a bummer, when you see such top level riders who really deserve to be there.
Yeah.
Going out from an injury, and that was the case with Yuri and Bruna both. But the way you were talking during the break, it sounds like you're pretty confident you're going to be back riding on the water in less than a month for sure, huh?
Yeah. I hope.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, it's going to be an interesting year. We've got some women coming up the ranks. Annabelle's been riding really well. She's really hungry. Helena as well.
Annabelle has a good position in a draw. She's up against me, and I'm not going to compete.
Yeah, so she's going to get a bye.
Yeah.
Wow. So she's basically walking straight into the finals.
Yep.
So happy day for Aruba and little Tinkerbell and Mom and Dad. Hello, Mom and Dad Van Vestrop. I know you're probably watching. That right there is what we call a load and pop, and it's counted as a trick attempt. And what does that give? Like, you even get scored for a pop, right? It's a 0.5.
Yeah, 0.5.
So. But
I can see girls are a little bit struggling today, so the wind's probably really gusty out there because it looks like they go and then they stop, then they really try to do something, but I think it's the wind, not them.
Bonzone trying for a rally to blind, I think. Let's see what Christina has for us. Yeah, you can just see her, just the wind just pulsing. She's on a plane, she's off a plane. And really struggling with these conditions here. Both these ladies, really quite a low-scoring heat so far. Haven't seen a whole lot of anything. So it's a testament to how challenging these conditions are. But we've got 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining here in this second women's heat of the day. Bonzone versus Pahomacek. And who's it going to be right now? There's a very small lead from Clementine Bonzone. But if you are just joining us, we've got our current women's world champion here in the booth helping me call the shots for the ladies' heats. As I think it will probably go through 2 rounds of women, or are we going to do 1 round of women and then go back to the men?
I don't know, but normally it's one woman, one man. So.
All right, Christine. All right, Carolina. Are you getting mouthy with me? Are you trying to show me up or what? No, I'm joking. You're right. That is probably the case. So that means we're going to have 2 more women's heats after this and then go back into the men.
Yeah, there's one heat I'm really looking forward to. Helena against Victoria. 2 Polish girls.
2 Polish girls.
I really wish them luck because then they're going to go up against me.
Then one of them would go up against you, and then one of them
I'm not there.
And then one would eat.
Oh, and Clementine landing blind. Unfortunately crashed. It's really hard actually here to do a trick and to still have your kite in the air and to do everything because the wind is unexpected, the water is really choppy, and it's much stronger on the outside. So it's really, really hard to do tricks here.
Yeah, you just never know.
No.
But there's 40 seconds until this heat is wrapped up. And if things stay the way they are, Clementine's going to be a happy lady as she would move on. But right now, it's anyone's game. Basically, it can be decided by one trick. So if one of these ladies can pull out some decent scoring tricks, they will be in to the next round. Coming up against Polito would be the winner of this. And that's going to be the 10-second countdown, that wonderful beep you probably hear. You can see here we've got a little bit of a beach today, which is quite nice. That not a whole lot of beach at certain tides here at the event site, as we've seen a lot of changes over the years here at the event site. The beach being eroded over the years. Oh, sweet. Who was that? That was Christina. Okay, so that's going to do it for that women's heat, and it looks like it is going to be Clementine by just a very narrow margin, taking that one home just about 0.25, so 0.25 of a point difference between those 2 ladies. And that's going to wrap it up for them. So we'll be back with Jungo and Castro in just a few minutes. Stick around. There's more to come here from the PKRA Fuerteventura World Cup. Sometimes I forget what event we're in because I've just been saying the same things over years. I think Germany just really rammed it in. We had 10 days of full-on talking about that event. So that's kind of stifled me. But anyways, we'll be right back from the PKRA Fuerteventura World Cup. We got Carolina Winkowska here, our current women's world champion, and 2 more women's heats coming up. Jungo and Castro. We'll be right back. So coming up, we've got this woman here, Julia Castro, coming up against Jungo. And just right now, it's on. Heat is on. That is Castro coming up against Jungo. Manuela Jungo from Switzerland. Right there she is, 29. Actually, also one of our older competitors. So Bonzon and Manuela, not older, but whatever, yeah, older. More mature than some of the ladies. How old are you now, Carolina? 22, you
Yes,
said.
22.
All right. So.
But here, Manuela is fighting, has to fight a lot because she's also fighting against Annabelle and Paula for the 4th or 3rd place in the overall. So
it's a really important event for her.
Very important, yeah. And I think Castro is a local rider here in Canary Islands.
Is she Spanish? I couldn't get any real information from her.
Yes.
The only thing I could dig up was the photograph, so we didn't know. I think she's from Spain. And if you didn't know, Canary Islands are part of Spain.
Pretty nice husband there.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Manuela over the past year. She's progressively been able to improve each event, it seems like, at least in her riding.
Yeah, she can do a lot of tricks from different families, which give her a good position.
And that is Castro that we just saw there. In Spain, that was her. She's not getting a whole lot out of that last trick, just not a whole lot of wind in her kite. I didn't think she had enough juice. That's the problem when you go into a hole and you load and pop, you just kill all your speed. So it does get a bit challenging, to say the least.
Nice. Really to blind.
Oh, looked like she was going for an S-bend to blind, but not getting enough height on the pop to bring it around. That is Manuela right there, riding for Liquid Force from Switzerland. Her opponent on that north kite is Castro from the island of Fuerteventura. They're residing here. So it looks probably gorgeous to you guys at home, but right now these ladies are what? They're riding on 9-meter kites? 10, 8, 9 meter kites, I'm saying. Would you say, Carolina?
I can really see, but I think Manuel's on 9, yes.
So I think that is the order of the day. So you've got 9, yeah, as Forrest mentioned earlier, you can pretty much be on a 7 or a 13, depending on when you want to do your tricks. So much windier on the outside, definitely light, some pretty big holes here on the inside. Here in the contest area. So the wind is coming over this, basically, yeah, over the whole island before it reaches the water here. So it is quite turbulent, but they do have a lot of wind. Ooh, really wrap attempt from Manuela. Putting her kite down in the drink. As her opponent struggles just to get speed on the inside. Has not been able to make it to towards the judges' tower, very close in with much wind in her kite, but managing just a rally, but nothing too special at the moment. Going down as she was really struggling with the wind there.
Tried to do S-bend blind, but the wind just disappeared.
Definitely have a nice lead for Manuela, 7.5 to a 3.9 over Castro. Julia Castro from Fuerteventura. That is her right there, reaching out. Looks like she's got a bit more wind in her kite at the moment as she's going to be making it out towards the windier section of the course, but not a little rally to toe side with a surface pass for our Canarian competitor. Minute 55 remaining here in this women's heat with Jungo and Castro. This is the third women's heat of the day. If you're just joining us, you are locked into the Fuerteventura Kiteboarding World Cup here. This is our 100th event here at the PKRA, and we are celebrating in Grand Canarian fashion by having one of our longest running events here in Fuerteventura. So just in the early stages of our singles, first round of women's just wrapping up here after the next heat. And we're going to go back into our men's second round. So if you are trying to follow and catch the heat of someone you know or one of your favorite riders, you can go to the live page and take a look at the ladder and figure it out from there, as we are going to go through round of men's, round of women's, round of men's, round of women's, and then alternate men's, women's heat as we get past the semifinals. So that'll give you some idea. 10 minutes between each heat, 7-minute heats, 3-minute transitions. See Remu coming out of the booth here, as we've got just 30 seconds here remaining. Scores have not really changed. We've got Manuela still leading this one.
Oh, Manuela did a 3-on-3 on the outside.
Looks like
she's gonna be in the winner probably of the heat.
Forrest is very keen on his on Mr. Mark Jacobs' physique, apparently, right there. We know we've had our questions, Forrest, but that pretty much just confirms it. And right there at the buzzer, S-bend from Manuela Jungo putting the final nail in the coffin on that heat. But Julia Castro managing to get another point or two there at the in the last minutes, but still not going to be enough, and it's going to be Manuela Jungo advancing over Julia Castro. So congratulations to Manuela. She will be coming up against Annabelle Van Vestrop in the next round. But we've got on deck the one that this lady right here, the girl sitting next to me, our current world champion. Come on, computer. There you go. Carolina Winkoska. So that everyone's right there. Say hi. Show everyone your smile. Everyone's heard what a beautiful smile you have, and that you know you're always the happiest girl on tour. So we got to let everyone see that. So Carolina Winkoska, our current world champion, is here with me in the booth, and we're coming up with two of her friends from Poland, Brochowska and Rosinska. So stick with us. We'll be back here in just a quick moment with the beginning of that heat. Seconds, and we are on. This is the start of our women's heat with Brochowska versus Rosinska. Both from Poland. Looks like Hela's looking for something.
Victoria doing a blind judge here. It's gonna be a tough heat because Victoria is training here all year long, and Hella is actually training as well, but not here. But she has a really good style, so I really want to see who's gonna be the champion of the heat.
Did you know Rosinska prior to coming here, or did you just meet her?
No, I met her here 2 years ago when she signed up for the PKRA event, and she's like, "Oh, I'm Polish as well."
And that's her right there.
Yeah, she had a really good competition here last year. She won with Gisela, one heat, and we'll see how she's gonna do here this year.
So this is Bachoka coming in.
I saw Hella training yesterday. She was pretty good.
She said she didn't get a whole lot of time on the water, just with school, and then she was in Belgium, and they didn't really have a whole lot of wind, so she said she didn't get to train as much as she wanted to, but she still seemed to be riding quite well yesterday.
Yeah, she is. She has a really good style. That really gives her an advantage.
So were you guys friends in Poland before you guys met on the PKRA tour, or?
Yeah, Hella and I, we attended the same school.
Oh, okay.
And we are actually neighbors, so
Nice.
we used to go to school together. And Hella is younger than me, but Victoria has been to blind. Very nice. A little bit bad checked, but pretty good. Yeah, Victoria is really familiar with conditions here. She's all year round training in Fuerteventura, Sotavento. So that's her spot, her place.
That's Helena right there from Poland, residing in Vancouver, BC. Sponsored by Best and Rip Curl. Her favorite likes are Liam Whaley, she put, and she's really into Austrian pop. If you ever get a chance to hang out with her, she'll just like break into song, and then that song is some kind of Austrian pop song in German. I have no idea why, but she is an Austrian pop fan. And it looks like Victoria Rosinska on her way out. We saw her in the slalom.
Oh yeah, Helena doing rally to blind. With her kite pretty low.
Yeah,
Luckily.
she almost
Yeah, she
dipped it in
held
the water.
Yeah,
So
very nice.
3 minutes down, meaning 4 minutes remaining here in our last women's heat of the first round. I just got information that we are going to take a half-hour break after this for lunch. So we're probably going to, I'm not sure if we're going to push on and get through the singles eliminations today. I think that was the plan. Ooh, powered back roll, but a little butt check on the landing. But we do have a fair amount of days ahead of us. Well, I guess it's Friday, so, or no, what day is today? Thursday. So we've got Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so we should have plenty of wind and plenty of time to wrap up the doubles. So plan accordingly. Hopefully you guys can join us. It's usually best to have these during the week. It's when we get more viewers because you guys are at work watching the internet instead of working. But Saturday, shoot, hopefully you're out on the water enjoying some kiteboarding or whatever it is that gets you going. So it'd be cool if we can get most of this done here today and tomorrow, as the wind is forecast to increase pretty substantially over the next 2 days. So right now, 5.57 for Bachoka. Ooh, and Espen blind from Rosinska. She's currently in the lead with a 9.1. And that is going to add to that. Ooh, and Espen from Helena. She does have a really nice style. She needs to get that around to last 188 to blind. And she's going to need that here as Rosinska's getting some more tricks coming in.
Back to the toe side by Helen. Victoria looks pretty confident doing her S-band blind, really blind here.
Yeah, she definitely looked like she'd been training that one here in these conditions. So after this round, folks, both men and women, we are taking a 30-minute break. And we will come back with men's action, round 2. The guys who've been preceded are just sitting there waiting, and the guys who advanced through their first heat in the first round are going to come up against those guys. Oh.
Through and through of Ali.
That was... It looked like a... What was it? A really rap Olay out or something?
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool, actually. From Rondina. Let's see what the judges had to say about that one. We're still waiting for some of these tricks to come in. But right now, 4-point difference between these ladies. Hella's got 45 seconds to bust out a solid trick to get her point score up. She needs... So she's actually come up to a 7.02, so she's narrowed the gap. One more good trick from Hella could put her in the running right now. A little over 2 points.
She tried to do husband blind, but she looked like she was struggling with the kite before she popped. So.
Rondina going down on her last trick attempt. That's going to be 10 seconds into the final second of this last heat of the first round of the ladies. Do we have time? Is Hella's kite back up or no? No,
yeah,
that's
it.
That's going to do it. She's not going to have enough time, but that is going to do it. That just got word that's Rondina advancing over Boczowska. So unfortunately, well, Poland still wins.
Yeah.
So you've got something to be happy about. From that, you can see that last shot, that was Mario Rodwald going out. But I just want to say thanks to Karolina Winkowska, our current women's world champion, still sitting in first place, but taking one of your discards and not competing here due to a little bit of knee injury. But hopefully, and it sounds like she'll be back in action. So no worries. We'll plan on seeing you back in full form in China.
Yeah, definitely.
So, well, if you get some time for the next ladies rounds, I know you're just kind of hanging out at the event site watching the action. It'd be great to get you back in the booth. So I do want to say thanks for joining us. And as I said before, it's a 30-minute break until we resume competition. So it's 1 o'clock right now. Come back at 1:30. We're going to keep the stream rolling, so there'll probably be some overview shots for you guys to check out. And plan on being with us as we'll come back with a commentary, but just about 5 minutes before the start of that men's first heat, who will be? It's going to be Liam Whaley versus Ivandro da Silva. So be sure to check that out. Don't go away. We're coming back in just 30 short minutes. So Dave Taberski and this lady right here joining me again once the shot decides to change. It's going to be lunchtime. So anyways, folks, thanks for joining us, and do stick with us as we'll be back in 30 quick minutes. All right, see you soon.
I've been rocking heavily since back in 76. Or either on the corner with Gotta the Blanc in the mix, or pulling from the spice box to the earth. My words take the ordinary battle for shilling the elegant works. The elements of style steadily phased out. I play the serenade beat tapes until they steadily hazed out. And do it for the F. Scott West egg. I'm playing the set spot, develop a nest egg. My next step pulling the burn, stunning black. She rather dip when it's lush money, they coming back. Stack cheddar running that matter of fact. I'm under the lights, underappreciated rap, extraordinary. Loving the mic, loving the life, right? It's Elvita. I pack heaters and senoritas. Be loving when I steady clock meters. It's a flower bloom, rush to the dome. Step into the show, steady rock and flow when I'm taking it home. I'm battling fast round, I'm still around you. My arms, here in the city round you. My arms around the world. Battling fast round, I'm still around you. My arms, here in the city round you. My arms around the world. It's magnificent when we speaking the truth. I'm shatterproof, rock a gold tooth, staring at a beautiful youth. I got a fly Thumbelina on my arm, unbelievable. The rock and charm calm when she slipping it on. I'm looking for my gilded age estate. It's on them uptown cityscapes. My rap money starting to cake black. We silver line, living proof. It's true magic from in the booth to boat shoes. Top down in the coupe, locked down, loving the things. We either Pete rocking the thing, so popping bottle rockets the thing. So when my heartstrings fall apart, I get a marker out and get up on a park bench. Part time to spark it up. It's sell double fascinating the world. And if I ain't, I'm meditating on impression your girl. She's just a songbird sipping the juice. I'm athletic with the flow, rock steady when I'm spitting the truth. I'm battling fast round, I'm still around you. My arms, here in the city round you. My arms around the world. Battling fast round, I'm still around you. My arms, here in the city round you. My arms around the world. Hey yo, I stay live and Junior Watanabe, Pret-a-Porter, black, my metaphor spray rap and tell them all day. I do it for the small children, this be my automatics for the people in the tall buildings and things. I never had to push that trap music, this ain't even that ordinary city block stock backpack of rap music. I'm back throwing the dice and flowing nice without a doubt. Got the skyline glowing, the ice, lush life be whipping in the breeze. Burn these days, burn Dutches of Everglades, and every word he sprayed is a beautiful line. Rap star, beautiful time. Don't worry if I really buck the nines. My rhymes making sure the flash sit at black rags to riches. Hit 'em with the wealth of nation track. Spit at rap and get 'em on the East River waterfront. I'm drinking Speb burning water while I'm watching where the wishing well water from. Battling fast round, I'm still around you. My arms, here in the city round you. My arms around the world. Battling fast round, I'm still around you. My arms, here in the city round you. My arms around the world. Battling fast round, I'm still around you. My arms, here in the city round you. My arms around the world. Battling fast round, I'm still around you. My arms, here in the city round you. My arms around the world. My arms around the world. My arms around the world. Battling fast into the night, air in the city's alive, and I'm waiting to find you and then surround you. My arms around the world. Battling fast into the night, air in the city's alive, and I'm waiting to find you and then surround you. My arms around the world.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. Smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke? The hard. You never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? Easter Ron G, Brucey B, Capri. Funk master flex, love bug, start ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call the crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way. The low rent and Alizé keep me pissy. Girls used to diss me, now they write letters cause they miss me. I never thought it could happen, this rapping stuff. I was too used to packing gats and stuff. Now honeys play me close like butter play toast. From the Mississippi down to the East Coast. Condos in Queens, in dough for weeks. Sold out seats to hear Biggie Small speak. Living life without fear. Putting 5 carats in my baby girl ear. Lunches, brunches, interviews by the fool. Considered a fool cause I dropped out of high school. Stereotypes of a black male misunderstood. And it's still all good.
Like a mama, you birthed me. Brooklyn, you nursed me. School me with hard knocks. Better than Berkeley. They said you murdered me by the time I was 21. That shit disturbed me. But you never hurt me. Hello, Brooklyn. We had a daughter. Guess what I'ma call her? Brooklyn Carter. When I left you for Virginia, bitch, you in the finger. Cause you know I only stepped out to get dinner. And I'm eating so much I bought extra. So much so the dinner's now turned into breakfast. I only Rolexes to hug your road. I love your corners, I'm half your soul. Hello, Brooklyn. I love your corners, I'm half your soul. I love your corners, I'm half your soul. I love your corners, I'm half your soul.
All right, so that's going to be the start of our heat. Right now we've got on the water Liam Whaley versus Ivandro da Silva. Little Liam right there. Sharifa stomping a nice blind judge 3. And that is Ivandro coming in hot on his black da Silva kite. He's got a kite with his name on it. How cool is that? I don't know. He's got a kite company with his name on it. He's part of it. I'm not sure what what the deal is. It's basically the Polish manager of Udazio, Carlos, and Ivandro started his own kite company called De Silva. So apparently De Silva is a super common name in Brazil. There we go. Whoops, sorry about that. Get you back to the action. A lot of people rooting for Ivandro on this one. Forrest, what's going on, buddy?
Hey guys, well, as you can see, we've got Liam Whaley and Evandro da Silva. Evandro da Silva is this the brother of Eudazio, I think. Is that possible or not?
No.
No? Alright, well.
They're not related.
Alright, they're not related. Okay, well, that's bad on me, but they still got the same surname, so that's what I thought. But yeah, Evandro is one of the Brazilian rippers. He's been out competing for many years, but before that he was one of the best Brazilian guys. He is the one who invented the kite loop slim 7s and stuff, what Yuri started doing after in Brazil too. But pretty much he's the one who has been doing all the doubles before all of these guys. And now he's back on tour, and he's going to show us a little bit of his action against Liam Whaley, the Spanish Terror, as you call him. How do you call him?
Tarifan Terror.
The Tarifan Terror. There you go.
Actually, you should pretty much be the Tarifan Terror, but you're kind of the terror wherever you go. You carry it with you.
The what?
You should be called the Tarifan Terror because you terrorize all the ladies in Tarifa as well as anywhere else in the world.
Nah.
No, you're a good boy.
I'm a good boy.
But Liam, just 15 years of age. He's 16 now, isn't he?
16.
Yeah, he's 16. Yeah. But when he first came on, he was stirring things up. I remember last year, which was 2 events ago in Lucat, two times.
It was. Was it this year or was it last year?
No, the year before that he was finished 4th.
He did 4th. Yeah, I remember. He did 4th in his against Yuri Zun. He won actually. That's where he started getting his name. And yeah, after that, pretty much he's been staying on top of his game. He had 2 months of training in Brazil, and I think this is probably the start of the heat now. I don't know. I think they did a little.
Heat, we're about
I don't know.
A few minutes into the heat.
No, I think they canceled it and they are putting it back together because there was still riders in the middle of the competition area.
Well, maybe we'll have to get our watch synchronized back.
Yeah. So Evandro, as you can see, he's got a particular style, really Brazilian, but still
super smooth. I mean,
very smooth. Yeah.
The Brazilians just have this uncanny. A lot of them are just kind of a smaller, more compact rider, so they really do have a similar style.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice 315 from Liam.
Same tricks. It's really good sometimes just to see the comparison between each trick of each rider and then seeing the scores. What riders, it comes down to style in the end. If you have the same kite position, kind of the same amplitude and the speed on the landing and the takeoff, then it always comes down to the style of the tricks. And every rider has his own style, but you can tweak it a little bit. You know, every trick you can tweak it. Just put that extra grab in it, that extra rotation. That's gonna make it. The judges are gonna like better. And here's a blind 3 from Evandro.
Oh, nice. Putting his kite down. Liam Whaley. Getting it up nice and quick. Didn't lose a whole lot of time on that.
Well, if you're on the top of the game, you got to be able to launch a kite as quick as possible.
This is true.
Boom.
Slim 5.
That was a slim 5, yeah.
And yeah, but sometimes, especially in close like Liam just was, it's not really gusty, kind of sketchy winds, although it seems a bit more side shore today. It's still quite offshore, but yeah, sometimes when it's a little bit more offshore than side shore, which I guess it still is, but certain days it's much more gusty on the inside, and we've seen some pretty horrendous launch attempts just trying to get the wind up. Basically, there's nothing on the beach, and you just throw it up dead downwind and just hope that you can keep it up.
Pretty much, that's exact. And we got the carpa just in front of the beach that's blocking the wind and sometimes in the launching area, so the riders are always launching on the back and then getting, whoa, that was a pretty big crash.
So right now we've got Liam Whaley with a slight lead over Evandro. So a couple tricks out, but 15.66 for Liam to a 10.24 for Evandro. So pretty tight matchup against these guys. I guess there was an issue on the start, so my watch isn't exactly synced, but I think we have about 4 minutes remaining.
Liam with a nice mob 5 there in the back of the competition area. I think the judges are going to like that. It's pretty difficult in these conditions to get a right moment to have that perfect takeoff, and there goes a late mob for Evandro. It's the difference actually now in kiting. It's they're trying to get more of the legit tricks from wakeboarding. So what you just saw from Evandro, there was a late mob, but if you do it like Mark Jacobs and stuff with a Rayleigh before and then a back row, it's called a hidden burger, and that comes from wakeboarding. So they still count the lay mob in the category of the hidden burger, but it's going to score less if you don't do it properly.
If you don't Rayleigh it out.
Yeah, exactly. And
boom! Oh, keeps it up and rides
there
away pretty clean.
I think that's going to count.
Slow, but definitely a nice front blind mob from Liam Whaley, as he's currently leading this heat against Evandro da Silva. If you're just joining us, got Liam Whaley from Tarifa versus Evandro da Silva from Brazil.
And an S-bend pass 3 from Evandro. Didn't get too much amplitude in that one, but you never know in these conditions. Sometimes you can go maxed out, popping as hard as you can, getting the takeoff, but in the end you just lift up a meter, and it's really confusing because you're in your head you're gonna land the trick with a lot of height and stuff, but then eventually you don't get enough height, and sometimes you can crash. That's the reason why these conditions are really difficult. It's unpredictable, and you never know when you got to do your trick. But yeah, they're still managing to pull off some pretty good moves in this second round of the single elimination for the men.
That's right. Right now we've got still about that same spread between these two riders, about 8 points. Some nice scoring tricks, pretty decent numbers on the board so far. 30 points for Liam, 22 for Evandro.
I must say Liam is also way more used to these kind of conditions than Evandro. He kites in Tarifa, that's where I live, and the Levante is pretty much the same kind of direction, coming from the left if you're looking towards the sea. Also pretty gusty winds, but here we still got a cliff just behind the spot, so it makes it a little bit more challenging. But yeah, if you know when to take off in these gusts, then I'm sure you can manage to land some pretty good moves. And I don't know, I want to see S-bend pass, double S-bend pass 3 or blind judge 5 from Liam. Let's see if he manages to stick it. He told me before when we were having lunch that he would try to do his blind judge 5, so that's looking forward to that actually.
Yeah, it looks like there's 15 seconds based on my clock. We'll see if it's...
there you go.
Liam.
That was the trick I was waiting for. How many seconds you said?
5.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Going to be enough for Evandro. They're going to have to settle with what they have, and unfortunately for Evandro, I don't think he's going to have enough to move on, as I'm seeing scores of 30.47 for Liam Whaley, and Evandro is still waiting for one more trick to come in from him. It's a lot closer than it was, yeah, so 31.67 for Liam Whaley and a 28.47 for Evandro, so very close matchup between those two guys, but that is going to be Liam Whaley moving on into the next round, who will come up against the winner of the upcoming heat, which is going to be Mr. Michael Schitzhofer versus Christoph Tack. So you're not going to want to miss that. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be back here with more from Fuerteventura. All right, so let's see what we have here. I've got some problems with the people at Intel right now. If you know what that means, if you can interpret my cryptic messages, you know what I'm talking about. Little CPU overload, but only for one reason. That's because we're trying to bring you guys the goods here. So I'm did catch up with Mr. Christoph Tack. Might not come in on cue. I want to roll this interview because Christoph is number one, a ripping kiter, but number two, just a super cool guy. And as soon as the people from Intel decide to switch shots, we will roll that one. So we caught up with him just briefly in the gear tent the other day. Let's see if we will be given the opportunity to check out that interview with Christoph Tack, because he's coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know who's coming up against? I told you once. Did you remember? All right, Michael Schitzhofer from Austria coming up with Christoph Tack here in this next heat. With my CPU blinking 100%, 100%, 100%. Not making too much grounds with switching shots. So we may just roll with what we have. So I think that's going to be it. The start right there.
So we're here in Fuerteventura in Sotavento. I had the two previous comp went really well for me. I ended up third, and I hope I can do another podium right here. It's really challenging. I mean, the conditions are just on, off, and it's with 7. You see everybody kiting, well, like way under the level, so it's kind of gambling. You know, if you will land it or not, you will hit a gust or not. So let's see, it's exciting. Let's see it this week, what's gonna happen.
All right, so clearly I'm gonna have to take up my issues with the people at Intel. But we did miss a few tricks. Forrest, did you catch any of those tricks?
Yes, so the first trick was from Christoph Tack. He did a blind tree. Or no, that was Mike did a blind tree. And then Christoph Tack came in and did a front to blind. He didn't land it with too much speed, but I think it was a pretty nice one. I think he was going probably for a front blind mob. That's when you land the heel side. But there goes Christoph with a blind judge. Nicely executed. And there goes a blind judge 3 for Christoph. Just combo it next to it. Wasn't too bad. I think the judges liked it. Christoph's got one of these unique styles, like with his blind judge. That's what makes every rider unique, and that's what makes the difference with the judges and the scoring. So Let's see what Christoph has got for us now in these challenging conditions. And he goes for Mobe. Not really sticking that landing. Probably going for a 5. But as I said before, these conditions are very challenging. And it's pretty difficult to get your tricks landed if we don't hit a perfect gust. So there's a lot of wind holes, and when you're gonna go for a takeoff here, you never know what the wind is gonna do. And the takeoff of your trick is probably the most important thing around. But we still have these top riders battling in the second round of the single elimination. This is the second heat of the second round. We had Liam Whaley against Evandro da Silva just before that, and advancing Liam Whaley with a 34 against, I'm not really sure what Evandro had actually. I think it was like a 6-point difference or something. But yeah, both of these riders were killing it in the water. Evandro's from Brazil. Liam is from Tarifa, Spain. And there we have Mike going for a Esmond pass, not really getting that landing in. Just getting a little check there. But still managing to keep up. And on the right side of the comp area, we got a Christoph Tack. Just crashed his kite. But these riders are really, really fast at launching their kites in any conditions. It's probably the basic thing you gotta learn to lose as less time as possible in your heats. But yeah, Dave is getting his computer to work again. It's really difficult sometimes if we are 2 people working for the live streaming, and yeah, it's challenging. Just 2 computers, and one of them is taking all the power of the wire of the program that uploads all these images for you. But I can get a shot of you from Marie Swidwala walking through the beach. There you go. That's our Mystic Bomb. Not sure if she... There you go. Walking through the beach in her nice bikini. Probably Mystic. So these 2 riders, hope not gonna get distracted by this. But yeah, you never know what one of them is gonna pull. So Dave, are you back?
I'm not worried about the riders, Forrest. I was more worried about you getting distracted.
Don't worry, I got my eye on the riders.
Oh shoot! See.
Is it working now? Is it?
Yeah, you know, there's always something going wrong at every moment of the stream that I'm kind of dealing with. So yeah, there's definitely always something. But
if there's a brand listening to this live streaming or something, if they want to put some effort and sponsoring
Mega Cash,
then I can promise you we would. Well, not promise, but
good deal, Mega Cash.
Yeah.
But no, that's you know, everyone who's tuned in is seeing some of the successes and some of the issues as well, for sure. But it's always a challenge.
It is.
But such is the case when we are trying to broadcast from remote locations at far corners of the world, oftentimes on 3G6 like we are here. We've got some crew helping out here though, but I think the folks at Intel are the ones we need to hit up most foremost at the moment. But all that being aside, we've got a pretty insane heat on the water right now. I've got some scores I want to share with you guys.
Tell us some scores.
Because right now we've got 24 points for Christoph versus 26 for Michael. So it's a pretty tight battle here.
How many minutes left for this heat?
I'm not sure. Let's see if we can get a tally from Adam.
And a double has been passed from Mike. Not really getting that landing, but still managed to pull up off the water. I'm not sure if the judges counted that or not.
30 more seconds.
30 more seconds. So
we're in this heat. So
Christoph has got to pull his Blind Judge 5 or something special. Otherwise, it's going to be...
Oh! Getting that last 180 round just at the last second.
The last second.
And we're looking at the last 10 seconds of this heat, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, Christoph Tack, 24.05. Michael Schitzhofer with a narrow lead by 3 points, 27.51. Christoph's got to do something here. And not sure if he's going to have the time. I don't think he's going to. That's going to do it for that heat.
Is it the end, you think?
Yeah, that's the heat. We got our watch synced back up thanks to Adam Withington. Thanks, buddy. And we're back on track, hopefully. And but unfortunately for Christoph Tack, he's not going to be making it through that round. We might want to take another stab at rolling that video of him. But I'm kind of scared, actually, seeing what happened last time. But we did talk to Shitzy. Actually, let's try that since eventually that one came in. So we're going to roll this. Hopefully it will come in.
Different guys here now. Like, it changed a little bit in the top 8. Umer couldn't make it to get here. He fucked up his shoulder. He needs surgery the next days. Even Chespan didn't want to come here. He doesn't like the strong wind conditions with the gusts. And yeah, Aaron is here. Therefore, he did really good in La Cat in really difficult conditions. So he's gonna mix it up, everything. I guess he's gonna make it, I think, top 5, top 4, because he's really so good in strong conditions. So it's gonna be different in Germany for sure. So let's see how it goes.
All right, sweet. Well, I'm pretty happy. But I did seem to work. But that was Michael Schitzhofer talking a little bit about this place here, Fuerteventura, and all that it is. So we've got coming up next. You know who that is?
I think
I know.
I'm pretty sure it is Borisov against Mario Rodbo.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's that. I'm
fine. If you don't want to play my little trivia game,
so no, that's
totally cool, man.
That's
Whatever,
my
just
guess.
say
That's
the
my
heat.
guess. So what is it then?
Fine. Yeah, well, you blew it. I'm over it. Don't worry about it. That's it. It's Rodwald and Borisov.
Oh, nice.
So now we've got, just about a minute 10 until the start of this one. These guys are, we did see quite a few nice heats from Mario early on in the in Germany. He did pretty well there in front of his home crew, so that was great to see. And Borisov's been kind of a force that hasn't had the consistency that I think he's capable of, but he's been riding really well, and he's always kind of that wild card. You're never really sure what he's going to pull out, but definitely a promising young rider from the Republic, or the Russian Federation, I guess is what they call it.
Fighting for Russia.
That's right.
That's what he said in an interview.
Yeah, that's true. He will fight for Russia. So we've got these guys coming up here in just 20 seconds. All eyes to the water.
The conditions look to be improving a little bit now. A little bit less wind holes.
Whoa! I just had a correction on that last one. It said advancing tack.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So get on tack. Probably this last course came took some time to come in, but there goes Borisov. He's on an 11 meters when all the other riders are right on a 9. I think it's a rider that has got most of his skills when he's really powered. That's his strong point. And Mario Rodwell is a really constant rider too, able to really experienced and able to compete in every kind of condition. So let's see, Borisov goes with an blinder 3 there. Sorry I didn't get the takeoff, but it was nice and powered. Landing was pretty clean, and you can see he's flying out there. I don't know, I can tell you guys, I've been out in these conditions, and this is pretty extreme. Like, as extreme sports goes, this is probably pretty extreme, I must say. But yeah.
I think we're going to see more extreme tomorrow as we get more into the classic gnarly, strong winds like we saw in the slalom. If you guys didn't see that, that was pretty impressive watching these guys racing 40 knots on the slalom course. So
you can watch it back on the
YouTube channel.
That's right. YouTube channel, and check out some of the freestyle riders ripping in the slalom, this new discipline that the PKRA has just put in. Was it this year? Is it the first year now that slalom is out?
This is the first real year that's our primary second discipline.
All right.
Yes, we had course racing.
I must say it's pretty fun to watch. So if you guys haven't seen it, make sure you sign up into YouTube and check it out. Yeah, the next tour stop for slalom is going to be, in about 2 weeks, I think, in Turkey. In Istanbul. So I do believe there is going to be a live stream. I'm not going to be the man behind. I think it's actually going to be a special guest, one of our partners who joined me in the booth in Germany
If you guys caught that, you might have a guess who it was. He's from the UK.
Louis Crusser. Oh.
Man, you're just giving away all my
Sorry,
secret
man.
little
Sorry.
stories. We got to keep people listening. They're just going to hang up.
It's true. Okay. Well, guys, it's not going to be Louis. I'm
But-
really sorry. I
Ooh.
thought you were questioning me actually.
Sergey throwing a really low trick. I wasn't sure what it was, but
What are these scores coming in? Actually, I'm not sure, but I think Sergey's probably in the lead a little bit now, no?
yep. So if you didn't hear my correction, I think there might have been a problem with the scoring thing because it showed me that Shitzy was winning that one, but unfortunately I was wrong, and I think it was Tak. It was the last I heard winning that last one. So, but Mario Rodwald looking like he's got his fair amount of power in his kite. We've got some scores coming in from these guys, I think.
Mario's getting some pretty difficulties to land his tricks. Actually, he missed quite a lot. I'm not sure what the scores are. Maybe
Right now, 13 for Mario Rodwald, 24 for Sergey. So Sergey clearly in the lead of this one. Highest scoring trick was a S-Mob from him. 6.8, 6.9, sevens.
And there goes the back move, the kite nice and low. This Russian rider fighting for his country. In the water right now here in Fuerteventura, Sotavento. And on the left of the comp area we got Mario Rodwo, the German rider. German champion too, I think.
Yeah. Well, in the lead at the moment, and I think last year's German champion as well.
That's for sure.
So we heard from him last event in Germany about his marathon day where he did some heats in the morning and won at the German Nationals, and then
he still killed it.
Drove a few hundred kilometers and killed it at the
in his Porsche.
PKRA, yeah, in his Porsche.
There you go. So Mario, I don't know.
Mario's not having the best heat right now. 13 points for Mario, 30 points for Borisov. So Borisov stomping generally quite a few tricks. Everything that he's stomped has been fairly well executed.
Boom!
There's
I want to say
another
boom
one.
for this trick.
And he just claimed that one. Oh, put his kite down.
Do you think that counts? Or?
Yeah, for sure. He had control when he landed out his kite. Just down looped it into a transition, but that won't affect that landing. He rode away in control for a few seconds, no problem. Enough time to give a fist pump to his comrades for claiming that one. So we've got a minute 58 on the clock here, Forrest, for this heat with Mario Rodwald versus Sergey Borisov.
Mario's got to do a special move, otherwise he's going to have difficulties.
Ooh, just goes
double
for
S
the
bend.
S.
Wanted to go for a 3 or a 1 for showing that one. But Borisov from Russia fighting into probably into the next round. I don't know if...
Ooh, I missed that from Mario, but he landed
what was that?
something. I'm not sure what it was. He landed it, though. But I think it's going to be a little too late right now. He's got more than 15 points to make up as Sergey's been kind of just unloading fair amount of tricks here with some nice solid scores for almost all of them.
So
everything well into the 5s, 6s category. So
I just heard from my buddy Patrick Blanc, just sitting next to me, that Mario did a double S bend to blind, a trick we missed. So maybe there goes the 3-1-3. Still got the last minute of the heat coming in, and that's blind judge. S-bend pass.
So that double S-bend from Mario scored a pretty good score for him. That was going to be, let's see, he got 6.9, a 7, 6.8, so a pretty high scoring trick that we didn't catch. But waiting for those tricks to come in, added to his point tally, but he's still at a pretty big deficit right now. 15 seconds.
And the from mob from Mario, you never know.
You never know.
You never know. Borisov was leading in the beginning, but
that's it for Mario. He's passed his trick attempts. That 3-1-3 was his 12th trick attempt, so that last trick from Mario is not going to count. So I don't think it's going to be enough. He managed to make up some ground, ending up with a 24 points. So he was able to put more than 10 points, about 10 points onto his overall score right there in the last 2 minutes. But unfortunately for him, it's going to be Sergei Borisov, solid 31.23 for Borisov right there. So
pretty good score for
yeah, Sergei's going to be really happy with that. So
this is his
congratulations to him. But we've got two, let's see, coming up. All right, we've got Mark Jacobs and Garashenko. Let me see what we've got from Mr. Mark. I know I did talk to him in the gear shed as well, as he's always a great guy to talk to, but also he's coming off a big win. So let's hear what he's got to say, first of all, just about this spot where we are here in lovely the Canary Islands, Fuerteventura. So
yeah, so I won the last event, so there's a little bit of pressure on to keep on those winning streaks. So yeah, obviously I want to win this event, so I'm going to go for it. The conditions here are super tough though. It's like gusting up to 45 knots and big holes, and it's all about timing where you want to do a trick and timing the landing as well. And I think the most consistent ride is going to win this stop.
So it's all about consistency, according to Mr. Mark Jacobs, as he has been riding with some pretty impressive consistency for sure over the course of the tour season, really coming off of his training regimen over the winter break. Was still being based out of New Zealand, but spending a lot of time in the gym, eating really healthy and taking it kind of to a whole nother level. So it seems to be paying off without a doubt. But he's coming up against Mr. Garashenko, this guy right here, Artem, 18 years old, riding for North Quicksilver. And I can't even see my things on my screen, are so small, but you should be able to see them. And he's, of course, riding against Mr. Mark Jacobs from New Zealand, who's been on quite a winning spree as of late. He's definitely coming off a nice, solid podium win in Germany, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with here. So that is on deck right now. We've got about 8 seconds until the start. This is Mark Jacobs versus Artem Garashenko on the water right now from Fuerteventura. We're really glad you guys are with us. Dave Tyberski, Forrest Backer, and the rest of the PKRA crew here beachside in Sotavento, bringing you the action from the men's single elimination just into our fourth heat of round 2 of the men, with Mark Jacobs right there unloading a nice 3-1-3.
And what's a blinded street for Gar? What's it? What was the name? Garachenko, no?
Garachenko, yeah.
From Russia.
Yes.
All right. So another rider fighting for his country here. And this kid is doing pretty good actually. I saw him in Italy and he's ripping this. Whoa! Sorry, I missed that. That was a huge blinded street from Mark. Mark style, kite very low, very powerful. A lot of risk. I wish we could have 2 cameras here and be able to capture every trick for you guys, but sometimes it's difficult to follow 2 riders at one time. And yeah, well, that's about it now. Garchenko coming in with speed.
Right now, pretty level. Just about a point difference between these two guys, 2 tricks each.
Blinded 3 from Mark was pretty impressive, actually, I must say.
Blinded 3 was scoring. Didn't score too well.
No?
Yeah, 5.7.
It's still a blinded 3. It's like, it's a simple trick, but the kite was low. I mean... Boom, and that's a hidden burger.
That's classic. That Mark can have pretty splashy landings and still ride away powered. That one was splashy. Didn't really have a ton of power. Nice low mob right there at the end. Just getting more tricks under his belt for this heat is Garashenko. Goes for a back mob of his own, missing the bar. That Hindenburger mob. One of it was counted as a 6, 6.2, 5.5, and a 5.
That was an S3 from Mark Jacobs. Nice and powered, actually, just a little butt check, but actually that one I think probably didn't take too many points away because he had a lot of amplitude, a lot of power, and when you land with that much speed and an amplitude, it's always really difficult if you want to save your knees to land perfectly flat. So sometimes you gotta put a little bit of your weight towards the back and get in that butt check. But as you can see here, this butt check, the one Garanchenko did right now, was more of this control butt check. He didn't really get the last rotation that well, probably because the wind is gusty and it's really challenging conditions. But yeah, so you can see the difference. He stumped it and rode away way slower than what Mark did in his S3. And that's a nice NIS from Mark. From New Zealand and Russia.
Artem missing the bar on that one. Mark putting an impressive spread between his competitor right now, showing up at 28.78 for Jacobs and 20.43. So a nice solid lead right now. High scoring trick from Garashenko was the S-Mob with a 6.07. High scoring from Mark was a S3 with a 6.7.
Oh, that was a pretty bad crash for Mark. Missed the bar in his frontline mob. Smash, these are probably the worst crashes you can do when in boots you just stop like an anchor. Your board is glued to your feet, so unless you break your inserts, you pretty much pause from the speed in your trick to 0. So you can imagine how that feels. Even though it's water, I must say sometimes
it hurts.
Sometimes it really hurts. Just, if you want to try, just jump from a cliff with a board with boots attached to your feet, and
try jumping out of a speedboat going about 35 knots.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what our slalom guys were doing the other day, and that's why we've got
some couple
injuries.
It is pretty hardcore slalom actually. I've been checking it live stream. I was in Spain, back in Spain.
Oh yeah, you watched some of it.
I watched some of it, and
why weren't you here with us?
Well, that's secret. I cannot say.
Okay. Wow.
No. I wanted to spend some time in Tarifa, so I was in Germany, and I don't really get to see my family that much sometimes when you travel and stuff. So, it's nice to see them and spend some time with the family.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't the multi-power video.
It was also because I had to do some work, obviously.
You're never gonna win with me, Forrest. I'm always gonna ride you as hard as I can. I'll let you get away with very little. That's about it.
So the two riders here, pretty much same tag. That was a hidden burger from Mark, just not getting the landing.
Yeah, looking to improve that score, but he's still got a pretty solid lead right now. 10-point spread between these two riders. Garashenko right there on your screen. Downwind from him is Jacobs.
And back move, as you can see in this one, for example, so that was a pretty big butt check because he didn't get so much control in his landing and he fell forward. So I don't know if they're going to count that trick actually, but he still rode on afterwards. But if you land with your ass and just go back up with the same speed as you did with your landing, then I think then it counts as probably as the same or just a little bit less than if you would landed totally clean. So Mark, as you can see many times, he's got little checks because he does it with a lot of power, but still the judges say that it's a lot of power, a lot of amplitude, and it's a big risk. So even though it's a little butt check, it still counts.
So 40 seconds remaining here in this heat between Artem Garashenko from the Russian Federation and Mark Jacobs from New Zealand.
Two sides of the world.
Yeah, completely opposite up and down, I think.
Mark
with a front blind mob, was it?
I think it was, I'm not sure, I didn't see it that well. I think it was a front to blind.
All right, here's the last 10 seconds coming up, folks. Garashenko with a front blind going down.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's going to have enough time or trick attempts. They're both, he's maxed out. Artem is maxed out on his 12 trick attempts, finishing with a 20 Well, actually, there's still some more scores to come in, but he's maxed out. But that's going to do it. That's going to wrap up that one. Mark Jacobs, 30.3 right now, with one more trick to come in.
That front to blind, I think.
Yeah, and I don't think what I'm seeing is not really going to add up. It's going to make it a little bit closer, but I'm pretty confident that it's going to be Mark Jacobs taking home the bacon in that one. And yeah, it's 25.78 for Artem, 31.34 for Mark Jacobs. So that's going to do it for those two riders. That was pretty awesome heat. But thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm here with the man in front of me behind the camera, Forrest Baker, helping get the action into the pipeline to bring it to you here as it happens in Fuerteventura, 2:11 local time here. I'm just kind of sitting back in my chair here, but definitely want to thank you guys for being with us and welcome you if you're just joining with us, because there is a lot of action still underway, upcoming. We've got our next heat from the men. This is going to be probably a little bit further than midway through our second round here. We just finished up Jacobs and Shenko, so we've got Renault Remu versus Mr. Stefan Spiesberger. So we've got Brazil versus Austria on deck coming your way, folks. Stick around. We'll be right back with more here from the Fuerteventura World Cup. Two biggest rivals of what? Of what? Oh, yeah. That's going to be a good one. All right, you heard it. We're getting word about one of the big rivalries in kiteboarding that we've had for years. Kevin Langeray chasing the heels of Aaron Hadow over, I don't know how many years Aaron was world champion. We'll have to ask him.
5 years.
But, can we get a shot at Aaron?
Yeah, he's just down there.
Just right in front of us. I'm sure people want to see what our former world champion is doing before his heat.
Flexible importer of this island. Aaron used to come a lot to Fuerte when he was younger. This is the place where he used to train all his tricks. Not Sotavento, but more up in north where the wind is a little bit more friendlier and easy ride to learn new tricks, but still.
Let's see if we can get that shot of Kevin launching his kite. These two guys are coming up just a heat away after Renault and Spiesberger, but it looked like Kevin was just out there launching his kite. Maybe we can get Forrest to zoom in a bit, see the man who is on his way. But I think on the water right now
the heat is on.
The action, which is Renault Remu versus Stefan Spiesberger. Stefan Spiesberger, I think, is the one coming in towards me. Yep, Renault with 3-1-5, I think.
And Renault
on the way out.
Heard some stories about Renault. Not gonna say too much.
He abandoned ship last night apparently. But Stefan going down.
Do you think that counts there when the kite crashes like?
No, he missed the bar and the kite crashed.
He missed the bar.
Yeah.
I couldn't see that actually.
So he's not going to help him at all.
So let's see.
Renault's got a nice trick on the way out under his belt. It was a 3-1-5, I believe. So Renault with a blind judge 3 and a 3-1-5. What's he got for us here coming in?
He's got a blind judge 3 now. Renault full of adrenaline, probably from last night. Not sure.
What is he that he's did? I guess he was going for a better blind judge 3, which yes, he was going, and it was better.
That one was way better, yeah.
Yeah, so
way more speed in the landing, takeoff. All these little details count a lot afterwards for the judges. They want to see amplitude, speed, and Renault here with an NIS 5. Not really getting that landing as he wanted, but I think it still counted. And there, Spiesbergers come just after, and with a front to blind. This time he didn't crash the kite, stomping and landing pretty clean. I'm sure he was going for a front line mob. seen some of the riders getting ready down there for the next coming heats. We are in the second round of the single elimination, and there goes a back move for Spiesberger, Stefan from Austria, and a back to blind air pass from Renault Romeo from Brazil. Another rider coming from the other side of the world. This rider has been on tour for many years, and he's in the top 8. Spiesberger getting that back to blind. Was it grabbed?
Yeah.
Alright, so
got a nice little grab, late mob from
Renault. Didn't got it, but tide was a little bit higher than what the judges really want. But still, these conditions, as we said many times before, very challenging.
So clearly I'm seeing a trend in that the guys are staying out much further from the beach and a little bit up at the top of the box as opposed to the bottom. So I'm going to actually move my chair so I can get a better view out of the window, because most of the tricks I'm having to watch on the screen. And it's a little bit better view when you can see it out the window.
That has been paused, probably didn't count it. He really stopped in the landing. He didn't land with his board, but with his body. But then getting up in his board, and that's what we call...
Ooh, Renault catching a nose. Ooh, looks like his board ripped. Oh, I broke off a binding.
No.
Renault ripping off one of his boots off of his board.
That's like the worst nightmare that can happen to you in heat, actually.
You could just see that he caught the nose of his board coming around. And
something similar happened to him in Germany, actually. It's not really...
I think, didn't that happen to Yuri somewhere? Like Dakla, both of the boots ripped out?
Both of the boots ripped out in Dakla, but in Germany, I remember Renault having a really big crash. His boots didn't rip out, but his whole board went off his feet, and those are the worst crashes when you get so much pressure on your board that...
Wow, well, that is bad news for him, because Stefan is leading this. I don't know if he's going to have time to make it back, grab another board, and try and get some tricks under his belt.
Well,
there's 2 minutes remaining.
When it's really offshore, it takes a long time to
make it actually back to the beach. Yeah, that is too bad. No one can actually go out to him and bring a board, or else he would be disqualified. Not disqualified, but he'd be stopped being scored. So he has to make it back to the beach under his own accord. And once he is back, he can get another board and continue on. As the clock is ticking, though, 1 minute 30 seconds, and Spiesberger getting a few more tricks.
Back to blind air pass. This one without grab. I believe he wanted to go for KGB or something, but
right now it's
Renault going back to the beach. I'm gonna get a closer shot of this. As you can see, he's got his boot in his hand. That's really bad luck for the Brazilian rider Renault Romeo, but eventually I think he was lucky enough yesterday night, so I don't really want to say anything. Getting that crash there.
And that's gonna be 1 minute here. I think the writing is on the wall for this heat, unfortunately for Renault, suffering a equipment failure, his boots ripping off of his board. And he's going to be probably just getting us 28.43 as there's 40 seconds remaining. I mean, technically, he could grab another board and go out and throw one massive trick. But I think it would probably have to be bindings, because it's not too quick to get onto another board.
Kevin and Yuri getting ready here. I'm really excited for this heat. These guys have been
Aaron,
biggest rivals for many years. We got our Kevin fan club here at my left, Paul Serran.
All right, we've got
following Paul Serran. Can you come up here and talk about Kevin a little bit? What do you think about him?
All right, we're gonna have a little commentary from Paul Serran from France. What's up, Paul?
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Good.
What do you got to say? I mean, I don't really know any of this history, but you've been probably looking up to Kevin as a rider, just coming up the ranks yourself. Kevin's been competing for years and years, and you know, probably longer than you. So, I mean, was he someone that you looked up to? Probably both these guys, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's my teammate, so pretty fun to look him riding, and he's inspiring my riding. And
yeah. Sweet. Yeah, so we've got Hadow and Langere on deck. You can see Aaron right there just getting ready. Got his boots on. Kevin Langere, this is his second heat, Paul, or his second event riding boots. Or you're in boots as well, is that correct, Paul?
yeah, I'm in boots since not that long. It seems like Kevin is in boots, maybe.
Okay, so fairly new for you. How's it going for you?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Huh? When you get used to the boots, it's way better than straps, so pretty fine.
Nice. Well, Kevin seems to be doing pretty well, adapting to it. I've talked to him a few times about that, but we've got about a minute until the start of this heat. Kevin Langere versus Aaron Hadow. We did talk to, I guess we talked to Aaron a bit. Let's see if we can cut to this real quick and hear about Aaron talking about the ladder.
Alright, so this one here in Fuerte is pretty much anybody's game. It's like one of those events where it's going to be hard to land 5 tricks if the wind stays as it is in these warm-up days. So it's going to be a tough one, and the draw is going to be, it all depends on the draw and who you get. I've noticed that since I've been coming back and going up through the trials and with all the pre-seeding, it's difficult if you're not seeded up there. So it's going to be a tough one. I think there's a lot of competitors again, and let's see how it goes. I mean, I've been drawn up against Yuri the last couple of rounds, unfortunately, or the last couple of competitions. Unfortunately, he's had some pretty bad news that he's going to be out for the rest of the season with a really bad shoulder injury. So I won't be coming up against Yuri, which was some pretty fun heats for me. It was quite good, but yeah, there's still a lot of other tough competitors out there, so it's going to be a difficult way through.
That's right. One of those difficult competitors is Kevin Langere, who he's coming up with here in 15 seconds. So both these guys need no introduction. Aaron Hadow, multi-decorated world champion. Kevin Langere nipping at his heels consecutively year after year after year, and finally taking the cake and putting Aaron off the competition trail. In 2009 was when Kevin won the world championship, beating Aaron. So since then, both these guys have had their whole thing. But the heat is on. It's 6.
Yeah, but this heat is going to be Madson vs Netto. I don't know. I thought it was going to be Yuri against Kevin, but it doesn't appear like it.
Great.
It's not my information. That was, but they're coming up next.
They are coming up next. So we just blew them up insanely. But let's blow up these guys here, because this is a Brazilian battle. I know we've got a bunch of people watching from Brazil.
da Silva was a blind or 3
right now. I'm not sure where that mistake came from, but
came from my my left buddies there.
All right, so Forrest leading us down the wrong road, but that road does come full circle, as we'll see those guys coming up next. But right now, Netto versus Da Silva, and this is not Ivandro, is it? It's Udazio.
It's Udazio, yeah.
So Udazio's just been chilling, sitting, because he's pre-seeded. He's been waiting around, and
it's
now
his first heat of the competition.
He's up against Netto, who's been ripping. We saw him rip through a few heats earlier. One of them was against you, Forrest. He rode pretty well in that. That was a tough one, huh?
I wasn't really lucky here in this contest, actually. You can get well seated sometimes, but my first heat was against Aaron. And yeah, he's a pretty good rider, obviously. And then my second heat was against Oswald and Netto. And these 2 riders are really, really good too. But I managed to do second place, but Netto was riding really, really solid and powered. And yeah, he went through the main event. You had to be first place if you wanted to go through to the main event or even to the next rounds. And there, a little crash from Madson, I believe it is. No, this is Eudazio. Is it Eudazio or is it Madson?
No, it's Udazio.
Udazio, yeah. No, it's in Spanish it's Eudazio.
In
Portuguese, Eudazio. Muito power.
Muito power. Udazio com kite.
There you go. Dave has obviously been to Brazil before. Have you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Many times. It's been a while. It's been about 4 years.
And
Netto unloading.
that wasn't
Down at the bottom.
wasn't S-bend actually, or he wanted to go for front to blind, but he didn't get that takeoff. Probably got a wind hole or something, and it's pretty difficult to choose where you want to do your tricks here.
Right now, it looks like it's slight lead for Udazio once this that last slim or S-mobe comes in. Some people were asking the difference between a slim and a S-mobe. Why don't you clear the air on that one for us?
Alright, so a slim chance is when you go totally inverted with your head down. So you're kind of in a vertical position regarding your bar and takeoff. And then a NIS or an S-mobe is when you go for like front row, kind of like an S-bend, but then you turn into the opposite direction without inverting. So the main difference is that in the slim you invert, and in the S-mobe or NIS you stay horizontal.
Yeah, more flat. Like
more flat.
On axis.
Exactly.
So I don't know if you caught that. I guess you didn't because the kite wasn't in position, but that was Udazio coming in front of the judges. You could see he put his kite like almost straight over his head and did his trick, and then began to bring his kite down throughout the trick. So
and the
not really what the judges want to see. I mean, that's just kind of a safety trick, so I think he did it just because he didn't have a whole lot of wind there. But the judges are not going to reward that very well. As, yeah, we're seeing some scores come in. Actually, they didn't give it too bad a score. It's pretty impressive. One was a 5, one was a 5.8, one was a 6. So, oh, Udazio, super powered, putting his kite on the water. Right now, we've got scores totaling 23.2 for Udazio de Silva and 23.04 for Netto. So completely just a fraction of a point difference between these two guys. 0.10 of a point. Udazio.
Solid back mob. Brazilian style. 2 Brazilian riders. Probably Alexander Netto has got the most different style of all the Brazilian riders.
Yeah, I really enjoy the style that these guys are bringing to the competition. They're super fun to watch, and if you've ever been to one of these events, you see these guys on the water first and off the water last. They're always out riding.
You gotta see these guys in Brazil. They're probably no one really gets close to their level once they're at their home spot.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm not sure how they'll judge that front blind from Udazio's kite went in the drink.
That didn't count it for sure. It's when you do a trick like that and your kite falls, like even if when you didn't hook in, when you didn't hook back,
you have to maintain control of your kite for a certain period of time after the trick.
And S3 there was a pretty big butt check. Not sure what the judges are gonna score for that, but pretty impressive and power. Just that landing wasn't so clean. But yeah, again, this is really challenging conditions, and anything can happen. That's the last minute now?
That's the last minute. 57 seconds remaining here in this heat with Udazio de Silva versus Alexander Netto. We have de Silva with a pretty decent lead at the moment, but not too far away, 29.1.
Netto has got to do something big.
And it's still open. It's still anyone's game. 30 seconds remaining here. Netto versus de Silva. The Brazilians battling it out. Força. I know that there's a bunch of you guys watching from Brazil, so Netto stomping that one. Do Brasil.
So you guys can all commentate on there and live streaming page. Just put your comments down. Support your riders. Be friendly.
We already got some comments from some folks from, and that's going to be it. 3 seconds. Udazio straight into his super powered front blind, but not really having a whole lot of control. There it is on your screen. after I just opened it.
And that was a front blind
Alright.
also, not landing it, missing the bar from Alexander Netto. But now eventually, if I'm not wrong, we're gonna get Kevin Langery, the Dutch rider, against Aaron Hadow, 5 times world champion, coming back this year after a pretty bad knee injury. And actually these two riders were the biggest rivals before they both got injured with their knee. Actually, Kevin Langery, this is the spot where he got injured. How many years ago? 3 years ago, was it?
Kevin?
2 years ago, yeah, 2 years ago.
He was out for a good year and a half.
Yeah,
And,
now just coming back. Riding with some boots.
all right, you heard it right there, Udazio da Silva. So congratulations, Udazio. That Netto is going to have to wait till the next round to go up. But I'm just sorting through some of these comments here. I just want to say thanks, guys, for chiming in. It's always great to see and read what you guys are saying, good or bad, whatever. We enjoy it. Boa sorte aos Brazucas. Good luck to the Brazilians. And yeah, everyone helping everyone out. So good to see Toby Brower chiming in. Hopefully you got the stream going up, Toby. I did check out that video, man. Thanks for the autograph copy. You rip. And yeah, congrats on that, everyone. Rick and Oz, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. You're watching, and yeah, that's right. It is a classic one coming up. We haven't seen this heat in some time, folks. On the water, getting ready to go at it in just about 1:05 seconds. Kevin Langeray and Aaron Hadow. Aaron Hadow taking kind of a sabbatical from the competition realm, I guess, whatever, and joining us back here at the PKRA for what is our 100th event. This is Aaron's 3rd event that he's joined us at this year, doing pretty well in, where was it? In Dakhla.
He did pretty well in France.
It was in France, that's right. In France was his first one.
3rd position, no?
And then not so great a luck in Germany, but man, the guy rips, and it's always a pleasure to watch him ride. So this is going to be it. We've got 30 seconds until the start. Keep your eyes pinned here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to risk getting locked on some shot. I don't want to get locked on, except for this one, because this is the one that matters. So any of you guys work for Intel? We need some faster processing power on this bad boy. But right now, all the power is on the water. And our cameraman find them. And that's going to do it. This is the start of the heat, folks. It's on. Green flag is up. Kevin Langeray versus Aaron Hadow. Kevin pretty high at the top of the course. And here comes Aaron in. Looks like Aaron's going to throw his first trick.
These riders got to make sure they don't do their tricks in the same time, otherwise the judges are going to have a really hard time to score with their tablets. And that is Aaron Hadow with blind at 3, exactly. And there goes Kevin with the same trick, missing the bar. As you can see, these riders have got a very different style. Still, some people prefer Kevin's style for his amplitude and power, and other ones prefer the technical style of Aaron Hadow, a 5-time world champion. Kevin Langeray, 2 times or 1-time world champion. What was it, Dave?
Aaron.
No,
Kevin, I believe I think it was a 1.
Well, just 1 is already enough, but
yeah, for sure.
But
because I think it was Kevin, and then we had Andy.
Andy Yates. Andy Yates is watching, man. Give us a comment or something. Let us know what's going on, dude.
I know we've got Mama Langeray at home watching. I'm sure Aaron's girlfriend is watching.
Hey, Daniela. Remember me? She's probably Tarifa. Watching Aaron's heat. He's coming with loads of power. Going in and stomping that front blind.
Right now, pretty. Aaron going down hard. Pretty solid lead right now for Aaron Hadow.
Kevin goes with some blind at 3.
That's the one he was looking for. That was pretty solid. Cut was a little high, but he usually sticks that the first go round.
Yeah, but here, you never know. You can come in a lot of speed, very confident that you're gonna land your trick, and suddenly the gust goes away or something, and then these gusts are like gusts of like 5 to 10 seconds max. So you gotta really calculate the time when you want to do your trick, and that's a slim chance for Kevin Langery. As you can see, he was a little bit more vertical in this one. That means that it's a slim chance, not an S-mob.
Right now. So right now we're seeing Kevin probably gaining some confidence. He's got 4 decent tricks landed. Aaron's had a couple crashes, but he's got a fair amount of points on the board. Solid lead, 17.27 right now for Aaron. Still about 12 points for Kevin Langeray. Still waiting for one of those, that last S-mob to come in, which should bump him up.
So these riders got to do 5 of their best moves, and they've only got 12 attempts. And that's an S-mob for Aaron Hadow. Here comes Kevin Langeray. Dutch rider. Netherlands. Riding with boots in his second competition. I spoke to him, he said he was pretty confident with boots actually.
Yeah, everyone, the few guys that were holdouts for a while, there's not too many left, but those who are switching over are finding it not too difficult. Nice back
note from Kevin Langeray. These guys got very different styles, so it's going to be a hard time for the judges to decide who is the winner if it gets really close. And a front blind mob from Aaron Hadow, the British rider, stomping it with his unique style.
Definitely could have come out of that a little bit cleaner, but in these conditions, I think he's going to be pretty stoked just to get that. I'm waiting to see some of these toe side tricks that I know Aaron wants to pull out, although the judges did
there it
goes.
goes.
Here we go.
Tootsie roll. Boom.
Making it.
Right, where's Kevin? There he is. Going for a back to blind air pass, missing the bar.
Kevin needed that right there. That was a kind of a pivotal trick right now that really he needed. It's still quite close right now. I'm seeing 21.87 for Mr. Langeray and 23.56. So it's still anyone's heat, but that Tootsie Roll is still yet to come in. So there it comes in, just landing 29 now for Aaron. So the judges liking that one. 6.5, 5.5, 5.7, 6, and a 6 for that trick. So Kevin's got about 2 minutes to narrow that margin between him and his competitor from the UK.
And
can he do it?
3-1-3 from Kevin. There goes Aaron with Sen. Rollbird. Double.
Rollbird.
Didn't got it to blind.
Kevin is going to need to really pull something out. We're seeing him throw some of his more safe tricks, so I think probably has an idea that Aaron is in the lead. And at this point, a minute 30, I think we're going to see Kevin probably throw, I'm guessing, a front blind mob on the way out, or a front.
Boom! Nope, 5 from Mr. Hadow.
Yeah, Kevin saw that for sure. We're going to see Kevin try and pull a couple powerhouse tricks, something bigger.
From mode, there you go. Hasselhoff. Getting the landing.
So just about a minute remaining. Right now, Kevin has got his work cut out for him if he is going to be moving on. Aaron's sitting with a nice advantage here in this heat. What does he have for us? Back to blind attempt going down. But he's still sitting quite comfortably in the lead here. 30 seconds. Kevin's really going to have to pull out something special. Probably 2 very special tricks right now to narrow this gap between him and Aaron Hadow. Short jibing, setting up for something on his port tack.
You never know. Last 10 seconds.
Starboard tack, right.
Front mob.
There's the front mob. I think he was going to go for a front mob blind or something, but getting it to heel side at least. That's going to help, but that's going to be 1 second, and that's it. That's going to be the end of that heat. And people at home, I don't think Mr. Kevin's going to have enough, as Aaron is sitting with a nice 29.82 and still waiting for that last front mode to come in. So they'd have to score that pretty high, and yeah, they're just landing right now, averaging a 5.9, bringing him up to a 28.54. So pretty close heat there at the end. 28.54 from Kevin Langray to a 29.82. So great effort from Kevin Langray there in the final minutes, narrowing that margin. But it's going to be Aaron Hadow moving forward in that heat. So an impressive one. Good to see those guys back out on the water together. It's been a long time for sure. So maybe I should just look at the ladder this time instead of listening to Forrest.
Well, you got the ladder.
I do. I would just like to blame you, but we've got another heat that one of your buddies from Belgium coming up against one of my buddies from Spain. They're all our buddies.
Alex Pastor.
We're all big family here at the PKRA. Definitely got some stacked heat still to come up. So just to give you a little recap of where we're going right now, we are finishing up our second round of men's, and after this we're going to switch over to women's 5 through 8, where we'll see our conceded riders go up against the people who moved through that first round. And we're going to jump back into the men 17 through 20. That's going to be our quarterfinals. Then back to the women's, then to the men's semis, and then back to the women's finals, and then finishing up with the men's finals. So that will be the day. It's 2:42 here local time. I'm Dave Tyberski here in the booth, trying to bring the action to you and trying to create some creative content, though suffering a bit with some of the processing issues here, but we're not going to keep it too complex, because the most important thing is bringing the action to you guys. So I do have a ton of rider profiles and interviews queued up for you, but it's pretty sketchy right now when we cut to them. So that being said, we'll throw to a quick loop of our sponsors, and we'll be right back with the start of this Pastor heat versus Clotons. Don't go anywhere.
Two riders from Tarifa, Spain, going against each other. I'm sure blinded 3 from Alex Pastor in the little butt chicken there. And Jerome Clutens, the young gun from Tarifa, Spain. I'm sure his parents, his family is watching there, so a big kiss and hi to them. Also, Jerome told me to send a big hug to his family if they're watching. He's doing very well now, up in the second round against Alex Pastor, the current leader of the PKRA this year. And Alex goes he wanted to go for an NIS, but
Kite getting away from him there a bit.
yeah.
So on the water, Jerome Cloytons from Belgium, but living in Tarifa. Do his family live in Tarifa as well?
His family lives in Tarifa, yeah.
Okay, so, but riding for Belgium, I guess.
Riding for Belgium. He
seems to be the case. And where you ride for France or Spain or Holland?
I ride for France.
And you live in Spain.
Tarifa too. Tarifa is just the southern of Europe, so you get good warm conditions all year round, when the rest of Europe is pretty much under zero. So it's nice to front blind mope from Alex Pastor. Not the best one I've seen from him, but still in these conditions it's pretty good. Jerome Clutens.
2 trick attempts for Jerome, 3 trick attempts for Alex. 3 tricks landed for Alex. Actually, 2 tricks landed. One was a pop. And we've got 2 tricks on the board for Jerome.
Jerome Alex going for an S-Mob was really big one, guys. They wanted to switch too fast towards the camera, but he stumped a pretty nice S-Mob. I think the judges are gonna really like that one. Jerome on the upper left side of the box. A little transition here. Both of them attacking. You gotta be careful sometimes when you're competing, because if your kite falls onto the other rider, if you're upwind or something, you can get disqualified. So even though you got the highest lead ever, if something wrong happens, you never know what can happen. And we saw a lot of problems already. Once in Newcow with Alex Pastor when he got disqualified from the singles 1 year, tangled against a local rider from New Caledonia. So all these little strategies and things you gotta know before you get into your heat. Otherwise you might find some surprises when you come out of it. Jerome riding a 9 meter, I believe. Coming in solid. Alex Pastor right behind him.
Looks like Alex is on his 9 as well.
Yeah, both of them are. I'm not sure, maybe he's on his 8 Jerome or his 7, but Alex with an back mob. It's Alex's first heat of the competition here.
Just getting warmed up.
And Jerome with an S-bend probably wanted to go for the S-bend 1 or something, but didn't get enough height in that one. Pop, speed, it's about everything you need to be able to land your tricks properly here. But in these conditions, again, you can always expect.
So right now, we've got 19 points for Alex Pastor and 9.76 points for Jerome. So still 3 minutes left in this heat. Still time for Jerome to close that gap, but he's going to have his hands full as Mr. Alex just going for a nice double S3.
That's one of
really
Alex's
impressive trick, yeah.
Like signature tricks. Huh?
When that goes down and you stomp the landing, it's I don't care who you are, it's an impressive sight. Jerome looking for something there, not amounting to too much. It's going to be one of his last 3 trick attempts. He didn't really find what he was looking for. Actually, his last 4 trick attempts. So 6 tricks attempts for Alex, 6 trick attempts for Jerome. So 6 remaining, 12 trick attempts in total.
315 from Alex Pastor. Getting that landing quite a little bit higher than usual, but Jerome coming from the back, he saw. Whoa.
So
Jerome is a junior world champion together to Noah Font, who couldn't make it into the competition because he just had a knee injury. So almost that front line move from Jerome, not bad. Almost getting it. Pretty big butt check. Not sure what the judges are going to count for it, but still impressive. He's just 16 years old and going to go here against Alex Pastor.
And our junior world champion.
Yeah.
So these guys have got just about over a minute remaining, and Jerome's been able to actually close that gap a little bit, but there's still 2 solid tricks that have yet to come in for Alex Pastor. 25 for Alex and a 16 right now for Jerome. Jerome's got some work ahead of him if he's going to manage this one. But
Mob 5 from Alex Pastor, but he didn't quite get that landing. He missed the bar.
Really tough trick there from Alex, just kind of falling out of the sky there. Kite getting away from him.
It's one of his signature tricks, and as you can see, these conditions are so hard that sometimes even the best tricks you can do can be really difficult in these conditions. And Jerome going for a S-bend pass 3, nice and powered kite, was pretty low. I was pretty impressed by this one actually. Let's see if it was enough to close the gap. And we're coming into our last 10 seconds of this heat against Alex Pastor and Jerome Clutent. Alex pretty powered on his 9 meter. Not sure if he's gonna have time to do his No.
Nope, you can hear it. That is going to be it for these guys. Alex Pastor edging out our junior world champion Jerome Cloytens from Belgium. Alex with a 32.03. Jerome with a 16.46. And that's going to do it for our men's round 2. So following, coming up after we switch over to the ladies, we're going to have the men's quarterfinals. But more importantly, right now, we've got a special treat. So I'm going to basically turn the whole show over to 2 lovely ladies who you will see in just a matter of minutes. So you don't want to go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. There is women's kiteboarding action coming your way. Stick around. We'll be right back with more from the Fuerteventura World Cup.
Let's just go like.
Hello. Is the heat on?
Are we online?
My hair.
It's beautiful. I'm jealous in your hair. I was in the water, so mine isn't that good.
Okay, so it's Paola Novotná against Greta from Italy. Paola is from Czech Republic.
Is the flag on already?
No, you got 25 seconds.
Oh, sweet.
So you got to introduce yourself.
Karolina Winkowska.
Helena Brochocka.
From Poland.
Team Poland. Can they or don't?
Yeah, he'd start in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, I don't see any of them right now.
Paola is coming from the left.
Yeah, Paola coming in. See what she's got.
With her beautiful pink bitings.
They're pretty sick, aren't they?
Yeah, we can see her. Oh. She's not the one who started it. Greta doing railing in the back.
Paola S. Band. Oh, she got a gust. She's got it. She sticked it.
That was
the Czech Charger.
Yeah.
Oh, that was something weird right there. Paola's on the way out, so maybe she has some space to do a trick. We'll see what's coming up.
Yeah, the wind pickup is much higher right now than the first one. And here it is.
Back row crash though.
That was unlucky.
And Greta on the way in. Oh no, she's on the way out right now. She's putting in space there.
So, still no scores coming out here.
I don't think there's anything counted yet. A back row to toe side for the Italian.
Surface.
Oh, and it's a crash. It's going to be counted as a crash. The kite is down. Okay. And Paola, I think she's out of her binding because she seems to be fixing something in there, but she's fine. She did it. And she's back in.
Yeah, Paola's doing really good this year. So.
She came back after injury and she's kicking ass.
She's the girl to watch this season, definitely. She's fighting for the third place this year in the PKRA World Tour.
Oh, and I see the Greta had problem with her kite. It seems to be flipped over. I think that's it for her. That doesn't look good. No, the kite is completely twisted, so Paula has a scene for herself right now. She goes for ready to blind. Clean landing. Yay!
First good trick during this heat. Yeah, I hope Greta can fix her kite because it's really bad.
Right now we see the jet ski coming out to help her, but
he cannot help her.
He cannot help. He can only wait until she's out of the competition area, out of the box, then he can rescue her. Yeah, the rules.
Yeah, otherwise he might disqualify her.
So, Paula. She's going back. Coming in right now. Yeah, the stage is definitely hers right now. Oh no, Greta seems to be relaunching her kite. Maybe she can make it on time.
Yeah, there's still 4 minutes to go.
Yep. Paula getting the right speed. It really looks pretty chill from here. The conditions look good, and then you go out there and it's a mess. Clean one.
And Greta is back.
She's back, yeah, she's back.
In the area. Speeding up.
Paula going outside. Back for a trick and a rally.
Pretty nice. Speed.
They're both in the end of the zone right now, so... Oh, there we go. The camera. Yeah, it's Greta right there making a turn far out in the zone. And Novotna coming in. Just getting the right speed. What will we see? As bent to blind.
Oh no!
With the front flip. With the front
That was
flip.
pretty hard crash.
That was like a total faceplant.
That's pretty.
She seems to be alright. She's gonna relaunch. Still has some time.
But she's still winning with 5 points with Greta, who has only 2.5.
And
it's down
Greta's kite
again.
is again in the waters.
Pretty unlucky for her. But Paula is a really good rider, so she's probably gonna stick some more tricks. She still has 2.5 minutes, so...
It's really ridiculous how conditions look from here. Like you guys see, it's completely not like this. I've just been out there, the gusts are incredible, and it's really hard. You have to focus on every single trick.
Yeah, not only on your board, your position, but also on your kite.
It's like one time you go full power, the other, then just in a matter of a second you're in the water because there's just a hole in the wind. It's horrible.
Or unexpected gust.
Unexpected gust when you get a lift.
Yeah, it's pretty hard for girls here because we normally train.
For guys as well.
Yeah, but we normally train in perfect conditions, and here it's kind of difficult and dangerous.
Yeah, but we also see many guys doing Rayleighs and S-bend that normally doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Paola going for back roll.
Yeah, it looks like she's just scoring 5 tricks, 5 different tricks to fill all the gaps.
She's gonna go for S-bend to blind, I think. S-bend.
Not enough wind.
Not enough.
Not enough speed.
Especially closer to the shore, there are massive winds because of the tents and the containers and houses and the mountain. It's pretty hard to do any trick inside. It's actually a bit better outside, although it's way more choppy.
Yeah.
She was trying to relate to Rapt, I think.
Looks really
last minute of the heat.
Looks really choppy on the outside. She's like struggling to go straight.
It's extremely gusty out there.
Yeah. Greta, I think, lost her board. She's swimming
Yeah,
up.
I think she
doesn't have bindings. It's disadvantage in this condition.
No, she has bindings.
Does she?
Yeah, I think she maybe jumped out of there or something happened.
She's definitely swimming back.
She was on bindings for sure. I've seen the yellow, orange marks. They're pretty visible.
Yeah, same with Paula.
has bent to blind. She got it? No, crash unfortunately, but still that should pretty much do the heat. And
Yeah,
Paula is still leading.
Paula got 5.9 points. Greta has two.
So yeah, Paula Novotná secured this heat.
Going up next to the semifinals. I'm Karolina Minkowska.
Helena Brachocka.
From Poland. Yeah. We watching now the women division, obviously the best division that's on the PKRA, the best to watch, the nicest girl in the world, the best riders, so don't miss it.
We're the coolest. The girls who are advancing from this heat are gonna go to semi-final already.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be Paula, and then the next heat up in just a few minutes, it's gonna be Pulido versus Bonzom. So Gisela from Spain, 8-time world champion, versus Clementine from France.
Our stance journalist.
Yes.
Okay, if you want to chat with us, just write on a Facebook chat. We're here,
We're very
ready
funny.
to reply.
We're very funny. We're hilarious.
So up next, girls heat number 6. I'm sorry, Gisela Pulido and Clementine Bonzom.
So just 1 minute, okay?
Yeah, there is 1.5 minutes left. Transition time is 3 minutes, so 1.5 minutes left for the beginning of the next heat, which is Gisela Pulido and Clementine Bonzon from France, and Gisela obviously from Spain. So she's the local rider. Her fans are looking at her here, waiting for her to win. It's pretty good.
She's probably the favorite of this competition. As Karolina over here is not competing.
Yeah, I'm
Bruna
out.
got injured as well.
Bruna is out.
Asha is slowly coming back. Maybe we got a chance to see her in China. So
yeah,
we just did. We have Dave here telling us what to say. So we have a boss, big boss, the big brother. We always smile pretty. What are you talking about?
I'm just looking out the window because the girls are starting upwind and we can't really see them from this little window. But it looks like the heat's gonna start in 20 seconds. Okay. And they're coming.
In 7 seconds.
And they're coming toward the beach. Gisela in front.
And it is on.
The heat is on. Gisela's in the front, ready to do her first trick.
Followed by Clementine in the back.
Gisela got a little fast. Slowing down.
Oh, Gisela got a huge gust.
Yeah, the wind is really unexpected here. You never know what's gonna happen.
It's really like you have to try popping a couple of times before it works.
And
a rally for Gisela. First trick right there, Clementine. Back roll with the... That was a front roll, actually.
Front roll grab.
Front roll grab. I'm like, what was it?
Front roll.
Gisela going to the left, Clementine still coming in.
Gisela has a 7-meter kite, which means the wind improved since the first round.
Yes.
Yeah, the wind is always picking up here in the afternoon.
Clementine going for Rayleigh.
Yep, so they're 1-1.
1-1. Gisela coming back in, getting some speed.
It's really hard to actually find the perfect position here. It takes a while.
Impossible almost.
To be in
never perfect. It's never perfect
speed.
here. And a blind judge for Gisela.
Pretty nice.
Clean one.
Clean one. The scores are here.
There's no score yet.
But it's definitely Gisela in the lead
Gisela
right now.
got some good scores for the blind judge. And more or less similar score for the Rayleigh. So
still they have to do 5 different tricks. Still 5 minutes to go, so they have time. They have a lot of time.
Clementine coming in, fighting with the gust. And she's ready. She has some space. Gisela with
3 on 3. So she's definitely in the lead right now with 2 nice scores, blind judge and 3 on 3. Clementine up here trying to figure out where is the best place to jump, which is not really easy here. The wind's really gusty
and she just tried and she got a hole.
Yeah.
So she could drop back in the water. They're both heading out to outside of the area right now. And Gisela coming in again. Let's see what she's got. Yeah, we get some comments on the live stream, which
doing
is
a trick. What did she do? I didn't see.
I didn't see because Forrest's head was right in front of the camera. No, in front of my vision, actually, not the camera.
Oh, here we can see all the action.
And Clementine coming in again. Oh, and she got a hole again. Doesn't work. If you come too close to the beach, it just doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, it's really bad when you go like fully speed and you try to slow down,
and then it's
all
just
of the sudden the
you
wind
dive.
just drops. That's even worse than having a strong gust. Gisela going for another trick, and it's S-bend. It's not a very difficult hit for Gisela, but she still has to do tricks because
Clementine with
try to do trick because you never know what the girls can do.
What's nicer than the guy?
Yeah, we can see you guys commenting.
Which is
Thank
really
you very
nice.
much for nice comments. We'll reply shortly.
We have Rick Price, our photographer from Australia, saying hi, girls.
Hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick. I think this is maybe Annabelle's parents. I think they're also online now.
Yeah.
Hello to Annabelle's parents.
Yeah, Annabelle's gonna be up next with Manuela. It's gonna be a nice hit to watch. Both really good riders. So wish her luck. There's still 2 minutes to go in this heat.
Gisela on the outside.
Gisela on the lead.
I think she already had like 4 tricks, probably, or 5 even.
Yeah.
She can just like improve her score. And
Anna-
Clementine coming in.
Clementine's still struggling with the gas.
Yeah, Gisela already had 6 trick actually, so she's pretty safe in this heat so far. Clementine has 2 minutes left.
Gisela probably gonna take it easy because she'll have to compete 2 more heats to win
that's
the
true.
single elimination.
To save some power.
To save the energy. But she looks like she's going fully on again for another trick. And now she stops.
I think she knows she done enough already. And we have last 1 minute and a half, so let's see what Clementine can pull out. She's going for yeah, she didn't got enough power in there. Gisela coming back in. Clementine swimming so far.
1 minute 10 seconds to go, so Clementine still can do something better now if it's gonna be enough to beat Gisela's pretty big scores.
Dude, my voice is so annoying on that speaker. Do I really sound like this? Are you
Yes.
serious? Oh
Yes,
my
you
god.
do.
That's horrible. I'm never gonna speak again. Oh, Gisela for front blind mode.
She
crashed it, unfortunately. That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
And the last minute of the heat. Gisela relaunching. She's back on. Clementine on the outside.
Going for her last trick. But it's not gonna be enough to beat Gisela. Unlucky.
No, she would have to do 5 more tricks and she only got 30 seconds left.
Yeah, Gisela winning by 16 points.
Yeah,
It's
that was
pretty a lot.
pretty safe heat, for Gisela.
Oh, Gisela trying to do this.
Gisela I think she's like training right now a little bit.
Yeah, she's testing the conditions
She's testing
out
the
there.
conditions. She's trying going for bigger and more advanced tricks right now. Clementine, the last chance, 10 seconds. She's going for it. Let's see what she can do. And that's a little shifty there.
No, she
Didn't really work. That was
couldn't
an
do it.
attempt.
Yeah.
And that's it for that heat.
Number
So,
6.
Yes, Gisela is pretty safe in that
Gisela.
one.
Yeah, she went to the semi-final with Paula Novotna, her best friend.
That's gonna be interesting heat actually.
Yeah, it's
Two
gonna-
best friends on the water fighting for that.
Yeah.
And they're all pretty good riders right now. I think the chances are pretty equal right there.
Yeah, definitely.
With these
Paola's
conditions
really
is
good.
also like a bit of a lottery.
Yeah, it's a big
in here.
lottery in here, definitely. One time you can have a good gas, and the other
The other time
you
just a
like
big massive windfall.
Yeah. But up next we have Annabelle van Westerop from Aruba against Manuela Jungo from Switzerland. That's
So
gonna
that's
be
also a good heat.
a heat to watch because they're fighting not only for a heat to win but also in a place in the PKRA World Tour. They have a big chance to be on a podium this year.
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them, they're fighting since the beginning of the year. They're really good riders, both of them. So we'll see who's gonna win. It's actually they have
Alright guys, we're gonna take a break right now. Coming back in just a few minutes with Manuela Junga and Annabelle van Westerap. So see you guys in a bit.
Okay, we're back, but the heat starts in a minute. So
The girls are warming up, getting height in the competition box.
checking the conditions in the heat area. Very important here because every meter is different. You have to test when is the best for you to jump and where is the best wind and the least choppy.
It's nowhere least choppy. It's always choppy here.
Well, I think it's more flat on the inside, but the wind's
Yeah, but
like
there's
light.
no wind there, so that's like the tricky part because
Yeah.
you go on the inside and then you have perfect wind for a second, and then you think, oh, I'm just gonna go a couple of meters away because it's flatter, and then there's a massive wind hole in there.
Yeah, you have to
So
be really.
You have to resist the temptation to use the flat water and actually use the chop because that's where the wind is.
Yeah, this competition is not only about tricks; it's also about finding a good spot to do them because you really can be surprised with like gas or a chop or something really unexpected here.
Well, actually, for Fuerteventura conditions today is all right.
Yeah, today's
I was
pretty
riding
good.
a 9.
They're
so
starting.
Normally it's 5.
Yeah, the girls with 7-meter kites, not
Yeah.
really
The
small
heat is on.
size.
Yeah,
for a
both
girl.
girls are good in 7s or 9s. 7s, I think, right now.
Yeah.
We all were 9s before, so that's a no win day for Fuerte. And Annabelle going for first rally. Pretty nice
power.
one.
Yeah, she looks pretty powered in
She
here.
looked powers in 9. A 7.
I think she might have 8 actually.
I don't know what size it is. Yeah, not sure.
But Manuela is definitely with her 9, with 7.
7, yeah.
7 meter in the back.
7. She's coming in. With some speed as well.
And we have Annabelle here in front of us. The wind looks so offshore.
And Annabelle going for a back roll to toe side. It's a crash.
Pretty
Unfortunately.
unlucky.
Yeah.
Manuela did the rally.
We have scores. Let's
Yeah.
see. We should probably refresh that.
Yeah.
See what's happening. But Manuela is going for a trick right here. She got a gust.